Todd Dreck's an asshole, by the way. Just thought I would mention that right there. Are we on the air? Okay, I'm sorry, did I say Todd Dreck was an asshole?
Rogers Show.
Did I say that?
Call 567-0560, toll free for Dade and Broward, or pound 560 on your cell phone.
All right.
The opinions of Neil, his guests, callers, or anyone
else. Let me know when we're on the air so I can tell everybody that Todd Dreck is really an asshole.
Beasley Reed
I'm sorry.
Acquisitions, or the Beasley Broadcast Group.
A major
Neil
puke-inducing.
Rogers on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
What the freaking crap is a Ron and Ron?
Hillary from Arkansas, Hillary from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh!
Got an idea from Tiffador, moved to New York and run for senator. All through the state, people shout your name. Hillary! You will never beat Giuliani. No, sir! The idea seems so Hillary. Hillary from Arkansas. Miss Hillary from Arkansas, right out on a cornfield on Hee-Haw. Husband Billy is a naughty boy. When you leave the house, he'll jump for joy. Wife water now just a memory. Hillary doesn't have a clue. No, sir! To have been lost so damn slippery. Hillary from Arkansas. I think you should run, honey. Well, hell yes, I do. I think you should devote all your time to it. And I'll just, I'll stay home, you know. I'll take care of things. Taking care of business. I'm a BPL fan, man.
Outrageous.
Miss Hillary from Arkansas, it's the damnest thing I ever saw. You're a swifty little goofy dog, 'cause you never had him in New York, so change your mind running Illinois. Hillary! We don't believe that you're a Yankee fan. No, sir! You're a dope-beating bad Democrat. Hillary from Arkansas. H-I-L-L-A-R-Y! Hillary! Hillary!
So what's wrong with having a president who likes big twits? It's 10:02 at 560 WQM. Happy Tuesday to you. God, I feel better today. I got a little bit of sleep, and I fought off that cold. Nice going, by the way, for an old fart. Oh! But I was sure I was going to get the sore throat and all that stuff that goes along with it. Then I thought to myself, well, Tuesday's the 10th, which is payday, and that big bonus check ought to be in there, better be in there, might be in there. I wouldn't be surprised if right now somebody in this building is running up and down the hall. I got to tell you a great story before we do anything here today. This is the epitome of the Beasley people. I don't want to tell you who told me this because he needs the job, needs work badly. So one of our people here in the building went to Office Depot to get a few supplies, office supplies, a couple of yellow pads, so maybe George can write down all those things, for the phone company and whatever else goes on in this joint. And among the things that he bought was a mouse pad for $1.58. Now, I'm not making this story up, by the way. These are the Beasley people over there in Naples with all of that money that they got from K-Earth and whatever the hell they sold in L.A. All these millions and millions and millions that they're paying to John Henry and Wayne Hypinga that nobody around here can get. Which is why people continue getting paid whenever they feel like it. And that guy's probably committed suicide already up there in Bryn Mawr, New Jersey. The guy from the Phillies Marlins series, like way back in April, whenever the hell it was. So anyway, the guy brings back the receipts. He has bought, among all these other things, pencils and whatever, he has bought a mouse pad for $1.58. The water Nazi, who of course runs this place with an iron fist, takes a look at the invoice and says, "Don't ever do that again. We got lots of those around here. Don't ever do that again." A mouse pad for $1.58. Now, of course, if we'd have known, we'd have talked to our good friend Joe Rizzoli at Roth Office Supply. Joe would have been glad to send over a bunch of mouse pads, I'm sure, absolutely free. Am I right?
Absolutely correct, sir.
So we're going to save the Beasleys $1.58. This is not a story that I manufactured. This is Neil just going a little bit over the, exaggerating to try to embellish it and make it sound like they're cheaper than they really are. They are. In fact, somebody else in the building was telling me this morning that many is a time, in the period of time that he's been working here, that on payday, they'll give him the check early, like, 10:30 in the morning, 11 o'clock, but they'll say, don't cash it till after 2. Don't take it to the bank till after 2 o'clock. How many times have I told that? I've said that a million times, and people in the audience are like, oh yeah, that Neil, he's so funny, he makes up these great stories. Cheap. How can you operate a multi-million-dollar operation and not be able to buy a mouse pad for $1.50? Don't ever do that again. Like Brad over at Tony's said to JP, don't ever give an order like that again. That's right. Unbelievable, baby, but only in this joint. So how's that check coming, Miriam? I bet you it's in there somewhere. They're working on it. And see, they like the fact that I can't get out of here till after 2 because I can't get to the bank till 2. Maybe I'll just have a courier from now on. I'll bring a courier with me, and he'll schlep to the bank and deposit it like right at 10:15, just to make him real paranoid. Oh, it's no good. It's no. Oh, man. Now, what the hell is this? Another gem from Mike Mayo. Shockwaves, the Marlins haven't drawn flies. What is it he's saying? Hernandez departure? I don't get this. It's something about a Michael Mayo column, and his columns are a joke. He had a column yesterday when he was trying to say something about this stadium issue. Didn't say anything. All over the place, kind of like Bifo. I mean, yes and no and maybe, equivocating. And I still don't understand some of the stuff that's going on in this radio station. Just like in Greg Kotex's idiotic column, this man had no column at all today. You can always tell when a sports writer's got no column when he does these like bullet points, you know, these little, all these random thoughts. That means he's got no column. Nothing to say. And the only one that's even mildly interesting and very annoying and nauseating and totally unacceptable is, he says, of John Henry's 6 preferred sites for his new Marlins ballpark, I'd prefer the one in a revitalized downtown Fort Lauderdale. He says that with a straight puss. And that's it. Well, you know something, Greg? Nobody gives a rat's ass which one you'd prefer. And the point is, again, not which one does anybody prefer, but are we going to give the taxpayers money to do it? No, that's the issue. And like I started to say, I don't understand some of the people on this radio station. On the one hand, oh no, this isn't going to happen. There's no way the public should build stadiums for billionaires. And on the other hand, well, which one do you like? I kind of think it's a good idea to put it, over here, like in your rectum. That would be a good spot for it. I mean, I realize it's still, even though we're edging toward that football business, and they even had an exhibitionist game on last night. Did I watch that game? No. The Cleveland Browns. Isn't it amazing? They can take people, put them in a uniform and say, okay, like Mandrake the Magician with a magic wand. Poof, now you're the Cleveland Browns, you know? Same uniform, same city, same colors on the uniforms. Does anybody know who these guys are? No. Of course not. But we reinvented the Cleveland Browns. But at least we're starting to edge toward that, so maybe there's a little bit of something to talk about, although it's terminally boring for the sports people, but nevertheless. So let's hock a Chinik with that stadium thing. In fact, I got the greatest facts, which I'm going to read from Esther. Leave it to a woman. Leave it to a lady, a real lady, Esther and Davy. And then, of course, Fred Grimm. You know something? I got to hand it. Fred Grimm and that Sue Reisinger, we've actually had a couple of columns in the local newspapers, even in the Herald lately, that made some sense. How about Carl Hiaasen? Let's tip our hat to Carl Hiaasen for the great column that he wrote the Sunday before the election when everybody said no to that goddamn penny sales tax. Nice going, Carl. Now you can go back to writing about the manatees. The coast is clear. We'll let you know when to write another serious column in a few months when this tax thing comes on about the stadium. So Fred Grimm writes a great column, Take Him Out of the Ballpark, about Mayor Harry Venus from from Davie. And it's a great column. I'm going to get into that too. Leave it to Harry Penis. There is a guy who's got some balls. When John Henry listed that as one of the, you'd expect, it listed him as one of the places where they wanted to build a stadium, he immediately said, no thank you. Build it someplace else if you're going to build it, not out here. We like the woods and the trees, and we like the rural stuff out here. We don't want any part of your goddamn stadium here in Davie. Nice going, Mayor Penis. Oh! All right. So we got that stuff. We got all kinds of crap here today, and of course I'll be really enthused about talking about it as soon as that check comes in.
Neil Rogers is my lover.
Well, congratulations. Get a life.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time before my bank will owe me 1 cent time. Everything I own is down collateral. Oh, no, no, no.
Loan me $50.
Empty pocket man. Empty pocket man. Wondering where all my cash won't go. And the bank is gonna let me 1 cent dime.
No.
No bank is gonna let me 1 cent.
Come on, let's take up a collection here today from Miss Elton. She's got some very heavy-duty shopping to do, all that Versace stuff. 1013 at 560 WQM. So here's a great fax. This is a great way to start the morning. Thank you, Esther. Like I said, leave it to a lady to put her thumb on it. Dear Mr. Rogers, I listened to your program today but was unable to call. Thank you for trying to shake people up when it is so very necessary. You're right, Esther. When in doubt, shake them out. I've written a letter to the editor of the Sun Sentinel. It probably won't be printed, but it goes like this. Bring the ballpark to Broward? I think not. Why do the Marlins need a new stadium when they can't put behinds in the seats now? Mr. Henry's statement about what baseball means to families and communities is nonsense. Baseball doesn't mean anything to families and communities except for another silly way to spend our tax dollars and the tax dollars of tourists that can be spent on more appropriate things, on all of these things. I guarantee you that no one will suffer if baseball isn't played in South Florida. Your editorial states that things fell apart for the Marlins largely for lack of a suitable stadium. The Marlins fell apart when Wayne Huizenga bought his championship season, then raped the team of its value and the fans of their spirit. Yes, Broward leaders need to run, but not from the negotiating table. They need to run away from John Henry and his very, very expensive grand vision. It's only a $400 million stadium. That's all he wants.
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
Yeah. You also said that John Henry has made a dramatic financial concession by stating that he only wants to break even. Well, if Mr. Henry wants to really make a dramatic financial concession, let him dig deep into his own pockets, into his deep, deep pockets, not ours.
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
Nice going, Esther. Oh! Well said. Couldn't have said it better myself. Right on target. Let this billionaire stick his fingers all the way down there and probably come up empty. Probably nothing in there. With his 165-foot yacht that he's diddling around in Juneau, Alaska while Rome is burning. And yeah, the big promotion yesterday. Oh, come out and see Levon. Levon is back. Yeah. And yeah, I turned it on just in time to see them hit the home run that tied it and to see him celebrating in the ninth inning after the win, a meaningless game. But Levon, in the meantime, had him nailed, had him shut out there for 7 innings. And you know something? Did anybody care?
No.
Not a bit. There weren't 10,000 and some, again, was the listed attendance. If there were 10,000 people in there, my name is John Foster Dulles, okay? My name is Abercrombie and Bitch. 10,000 people, my ass. Maybe there was like 4,500 people in there at the max. And then when they finally tied the game up there in the 8th inning with that grand slam home run, all of a sudden you take a look around the ballpark, there may be 1,500, maybe 15 people, not 1,500. There was nobody there. It was a ghost town. And that's because they don't have a suitable stadium. Right. You know, I'm going to tell you something. It just amazes me, and especially to watch the irresponsible bastards in the newspapers in this town who keep writing these grotesque, crazy editorials. There must be something in the water at the Herald and the Sun Sentinel. They can't be that stupid, could they? Jesus. Talk about irresponsible. Oh, yes, it means so much to the quality of life. I would like to know, please tell me, please, somebody, tell me how the quality of life has changed in the last 7 years from the way it was before we had Major League Baseball in South Florida to the way it is now. I would like somebody to inform me how the quality of life has changed. In fact, here's an even better way to phrase it. Is it safer? Is it better? Is it improved now better than it was 7 years ago to live here?
No.
No. I don't think so. Oh, and by the way, since that election a couple of weeks ago, are people still able to drive out there? Yeah. Are they having nervous breakdowns at the toll plazas?
No.
No. Everything's back the way it was. And somehow people that were fumbling our way through. Not driving too well. How about those things about those kids in that crash? The more you read about that, the more nauseous you get, the more you want to get on your hands and knees and puke your guts out. But it isn't just kids. It's so many of these people down here. Irresponsible people behind 2,000-pound weapons. Crazy people. I'm coming to work again this morning. I could write a book just about my trip to work and home every day. Seriously, I could write a book as big as War and Pieces. Because every single day there are a bunch of you idiots out there. You haven't got any idea what you're doing. You come from around the stadium there on Ivesbury Road. You head east here toward where we are. And as you're getting under the overpass there, which, number one, there's always cops there with radar guns, and number two, the speed limit is there is 35, and number three, you're approaching a school zone and just a few yards beyond that. And you start slowing down, and right away these imbeciles behind you come barreling up on your ass and like, what's wrong with you, man? What are you going so slow for? Idiots. Lunatics of all ages, shapes, descriptions, races, black, purple, yellow, white. Imbeciles. And then you get to the school zone where it says there, 15 miles an hour and the big flashing yellow lights like, slow down, you asshole, there's a bunch of little kids crossing the street ahead. And you hit the brake to slow down to 15, that's like, it's a miracle they don't run your ass right over. You're looking in that rearview mirror just praying that this imbecile behind you comes to his senses. And they're right up on your goddamn ass. Right on your...
Rectum?
Yeah. Crazy people. I think it's about time that we just started clearing the road from the crazy people, and then we wouldn't have to build new roads and more tolls and all that. Just get the irresponsible assholes off the road down here. I would say of every 10 people driving out there right now as I'm speaking, at least 3 of them should be scraped right off the road. And probably someday will have to be, or somebody will be because of them. because of their total inability to get with it. Crazy people. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil. Good morning. How you doing?
Yes, sir. Buenos dias.
Yes. Last night I went to the Marlins game because my son loves baseball.
Yeah.
Totally in attendance, I have to say at least 4,700.
4,700. And then probably had time to count the whole all the heads.
I know. And the other thing is, I think John Henry, should get on his knees and blow Howard Stern because that asshole doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's wasting our money.
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm saying, exactly.
Yeah.
And,
I'll have to move Al Goldstein out of the way first.
I know. And let me tell you one more thing about the crazy drivers. Oh, man, you're totally right. They're a bunch of assholes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your very profound call. Did he have anything to say?
No.
But, hey, listen, he had nothing to say, so obviously that's why he took his kid out to the ball game last night. They have no life. That's right. Hey, Levon, baby, come out and see Levon. He's pitching for the other guys.
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
In fact, I got an idea. Why don't we just have like an exhibitionist game? All the players that they've traded away since the championship season a couple of years ago, we'll just make a team, like an all-star ex-Marlin team. Come out and see all these guys. Remember how good they used to be, huh? Well, they're all back. Anybody care?
No.
Any interest?
No.
Anybody going to show up?
No.
They're not going to show up anyway. Nice going, Esther. Right on, sweetheart. You go, girlfriend. Boy, there are few things in life that I hate worse than people who say, you go, girlfriend. I think that bitch Oprah started that crap. Boy, it just makes my blood boil when I hear some asshole come up with that crap. No matter how idiotic it is, all you got to do is start some stupid and say, oh, it's real hip and real cool to talk like this. And all of a sudden, 10 million people are repeating it because they want to be real hip and real cool. As a matter of fact, speaking of that, and I'm ripping the hell out of George now that he's in North Carolina, he's on vacation. I could rip him while he's here, but he wouldn't be listening anyway. No, he's busy writing down his stuff on those yellow pads and reading CityLink and Screw Magazine. But after the ratings came out, we had and by the way, Tom Jick, I hate to break the news to you, but since you were gone, another rating book came out. I know, we don't want to push you too much.
Oh!
Yeah. Not to mention that FCC story, but they're busy. They don't have time for us. We're small potatoes. So the day the book comes out, so Greg Reed comes in there, and he's all excited and bubbling around, and he and George, they're talking about the number. We had a 10.8 min, whatever. And they do the, I don't even know what you call it. The high five with the fists. Is there a name for that? Now, we could call it fisting, but I think that's something else.
Rectum.
Yeah. We don't want to call it fisting because
Rectum.
that's grotesque. It's a family show run in the middle of the day. A lot of little kids are out there, impressionable kids. We don't want to turn them on to
Rectum.
fisting, okay? Because that, from what I understand, from the rumor mill all the way up to your elbow, that's something, all the way up to your armpit, that's something entirely different. Fisting.
Rectum.
So they don't even have a name. It's just, you got to be real hip and real cool and do the high five with the fist now. See, even you don't have a, Mr. Cool, 19 years old, you don't have a name for it, yes?
I think it's called giving dap.
Here's a mobile in Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
I just got actually called me to be the next Arbitron book, so I wanted to make sure.
All right, here's a guy that we like so much. We love this guy and his whole family and all his relatives and everybody he knows and his dogs.
We're only two adults, but we'll try and listen to you instead of Dr. Laura so Ron Brewer doesn't get too wound up again.
Please.
But on John Henry, they complaining about all this. Every billionaire asks for money, and then they're going to scream about how Miami's broke. We need a penny sales tax.
Yeah.
And these guys in the same editorial department will sit there and talk about a penny sales tax and not realize that it's kind of screwy to give somebody who has $1 billion in the bank $400 million for a private business.
Amen.
Anyway, I got to go. Out of material.
Just remember, pal.
No.
Is the word. Thank you. That's right. Bring the ballpark to Broward. That's what the Sun Sentinel said yesterday. Bring it in, baby. Hammer out a deal the taxpayers will support. We only want to pay for 80% of that $400 million. And the answer is no, 1,000 times no. And stop wasting our time on this radio station, you idiots, talking about, oh, well, I like this site the best, and I like over here would be the best. Stick it in your, that's the site we like the best, okay? Because this John Henry guy, talk about chutzpah.
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
Yeah, you're a lunatic, man. Another one of these spoiled billionaires. Oh, gimme, okay, because I got something real great for you. Oh, but I'll do it myself if you insist, but it'll be real crappy and we won't have any team. I mean, talk about slapping people in the face. Always with the threats. That's what the sports people love to do. Always threatening the public. Oh, well, if you won't do it for me, I guess I'll have to live up to my word and do it myself, but it'll be real crappy. It'll only hold about 15 people. And, of course, that's all it'll have to hold because nobody else will show up anyway to your stupid goddamn ballpark. Man, I'm incensed to think that we have people with this kind of money who think that we somehow owe them, and just like the newspapers believe, we somehow owe them to build them a play toy so they can have some fun. Like Greg Reed. That's what this radio station is. This radio station is a play toy for Greg Reed. That's all it is. That's why they can't go out and buy a mouse pad without getting bitched out by the water Nazi. Because we have to pay all these broadcast rights fees to the Marlins and the Dolphins and the Panthers and now the Hurricanes. We're up to our eyebrows in broadcast rights fees here. Otherwise, we'd be making more money than God in this joint. But we don't care really about making more money than God. The Beasleys do, but they're confused because it's really a play toy for Greg Reed and his sports ego so he can run around going like he's a big shot. Mr. Hotshot with his skyboxes. Ugh. 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. And where's that check, by the way, Greg? Here's a mobile in North Miami Beach. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How are you today?
Great.
Hey, Neil, I just came back from vacation, driving vacation.
Yeah.
And you talk about driving fast. I was doing 80, and they're going by me like I'm standing still.
Yeah.
Out there. And they're crazy. And about this new stadium, I don't think we taxpayers should pick up one dime of that thing.
Not a penny, man.
Because these people have too damn much money.
In fact, I'll take up a collection to buy all the sandwiches for their bus trip out of town when they leave.
Yes. They should build, if somebody wants to pay for it, let them pay for it, but not us.
Okay, God bless you.
All right, thank you.
Just say no. Just say no. Nancy Reagan told you years ago, just say no. It's an easy word. Even I can spell it. N-O. That's right. No. And you know something? I could sit here and bang on this for weeks, and there will not be one person out there in the audience. This is my challenge I'm laying down to you right now, and you won't be able to do it, to tell me how having a Major League Baseball enhances the quality of life in this community. That is the most ridiculous line. It is the silliest goddamn bunch of horse crap. Oh, it's an affair of the heart. Yeah, right. Baseball means to families and communities a very close partnership between the team and its public benefactors. Like I said before, if you want to have a relationship between the team and the public benefactors, how about this? Let the people who go to the ball games put about a $15 a ticket tax on the tickets, and let the people who want to go to those stupid ball games, let them build you a stadium. The rest of us aren't going to go, and we don't want to pay for it, and if I did want to go, I get my tickets free anyway. And I still don't go, and won't go. It's pathetic. You know, you take a pile of dog manure and you put it on a table and you put it on a plate and you put some parsley around the edges and say, oh, here's a great steak. Here's a gourmet meal. Fido will be pleased if you enjoy this. And the people are finally starting to sniff it. Oh, I don't think so. No, that smells really strange to me. I think El Paso this time. Yeah. God, what are they thinking about?
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
I have my nose up Neil's ass.
There's a new movie called American Pie about four goofy teenage goobers who need sex or they'll die.
All right.
They make a pact to play hide the salami. It's 90 minutes of absurdity. Prepubescent shots of chest nudity.
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
Well, the band camp girl with her magic flute, the hot jack girl in her birthday suit, bottoms up Stifler, the beer goes down the chute.
How young is too young?
I'm the chorus girl, will it work? Paul Finch looks like such a jerk. Jim grabs the apple pie and goes berserk.
Work.
It's one gross scene after another. Wait till you see Stifler's mother. She makes Finchy grin. She says, Mrs. Robinson, I can't believe it's on the screen. It's 95% obscene. Maybe you will wonder why they didn't call it apple pie. It costs no money to write and shoot American Pie. To say this movie's sick and dirty sure would not be a lie.
Oh.
The horny teens all party after the prom. All the kids think this movie is the bomb. Wait till Friday, we get Nicole and Tom.
10:33 at 560 WQM. I'll tell you, maybe we ought to give those Dolphin tickets away this hour instead of the last hour today. Oh, yeah, then you'll see some action on that phone. You know, this editorial, I ought to frame some of these. I'm saving more and more of these. We'll have the whole room. We'll be buried in a sea of editorials here before the year is out. In yesterday's Sun Sentinel, I mean, get the violins out for this, baby. A state-of-the-art stadium could bring Broward County many things in addition to the feel-good benefits that John Henry is so evangelical about. The feel-good. Won't you feel a lot better if we have a beautiful new stadium?
No.
Huh? Feel good. Feel this. That's what I say. Feel this, sweetheart.
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
And wait till you hear this. Now, keep in mind the present stadium, okay? PP Park. Keep that in mind, and the area. It's right up the street. We could throw a brick from here to that stadium right now. That's how close we are. It says these benefits include economic development, urban revitalization, and national exposure that comes with being the home of a competitive Major League Baseball team. Now stop and think of that present stadium up there, okay? That's sitting there right off the turnpike. Economic redevelopment, urban revitalization, all of these things, all of the shopping centers around that stadium, all of the new housing developments, are any of those things there?
No.
No. Any of those things going to happen over there by PP Park?
No.
No. Pie in the frickin' sky is what you're talking about. You're in a dream world. Just like the Miami Arena that's sitting there right now, meaningless, useless, just sitting there 4 blocks away from the American Airlines Mickey Harrison Miami Herald Arena, 4 blocks away. Mayor Pinga put his name on it, too. In fact, they should put his name, statue of him right out in front so the pigeons can do a number on it 24 hours a day. God. 4 blocks away, and here sits this white elephant sitting there, and what are we going to do with that, huh? Another goddamn well-thought-out piece of crap. And that sure as hell, look at the economic redevelopment in that area. Oh, it's beautiful there. Let's take the show on remote and go and sit out there in front of the Miami Arena right now. Let's do it. In fact, let's have the people on at night. Let's have Eddie K go down there at night. You want to go down there, Eddie?
No.
He's always doing the show out there on remote. Right in front of the Miami Arena.
No.
No security, no crowds because there's nothing going on. We'll just sit you up on a little table there right in front of the arena. How's that sound?
No.
No, I don't think so. Economic redevelopment, urban revitalization, and the homeless people and all the problems and all the scumbags will go away, and yada, 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 yada. Promises and promises and promises. You people of the Sun Sentinel are irresponsible. I wish, I pray, and like I said the other day, if you're so gung-ho about it, since you own the Chicago Cubs, the Chicago Tribune, which is the parent company of the Sun Sentinel, then you put up the goddamn money. You put up $200 million. John Henry puts up $200 million. It can be the Sun Sentinel Stadium or whatever you want to call it. And you can still both stick it in your rectum. That's right. They're always peddling us a bill of goods, telling us what we're going to spend our money on, the taxpayers. And I think they're in for a real surprise.
No.
Like I said, Mayor Penis over there in Davie, he told them no. Fred Grimm, great column this morning. Fred, take him out of the ballpark. When the Marlins announced they had selected a 130-acre parcel in Davie as one of 6 favored sites for a new $400 million baseball stadium complex, the mayor was blunt. He didn't equivocate. He didn't emit sly signals that he was looking for a deal sweetener. He just said,
no.
There you go. Plain and simple. That word's getting real popular around here.
No.
It's long overdue, but better late than ever. Nor did Penis wait until he could measure political reaction in Davie or suggest that with little fiscal grease and some nice incentives from the Marlins, he could jam this through City Hall or jam it up somebody's rectum. No. It says Penis, after all, probably has got enough political muscle in Davie to have to even a baseball stadium. But nevertheless, he said no. He likes to talk about the trees out there by I-75 and Griffin Road. Keep it back with the horses and the trees and a little bit of nature and not destroy it with a bunch of crap so that some billionaire can make more money or maybe even break even. He only wants to break even. And you know something? The answer is still no. Oh, yeah. These tremendous, dramatic financial concessions he's made. Well, who are you people bullcrapping? I wouldn't wipe my ass with this newspaper. See, one thing about the Herald and the Sun Sentinel, I mean, as much as we hate the Herald, neither one of them is worth a crap. Neither one of them is worth a penny. Garbage, swill. Dramatic financial concessions. He only wants to break even. It's just a thing. He just wants to, he's so anxious to do this for the community. Right. All these benevolent, wonderful benefactors that come by us, just like Wayne, Santa Claus. Remember those days back in the beginning? Wayne, he brought us baseball, he brought us hockey, he's a great guy, hey, it's Santa Claus, and all of a sudden he turned out to be a real prick. A real piece of crap. Anybody remember Blockbuster Park?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, Blockbuster Park, that was another lie. See, we wouldn't be going through this right now if Wayne wouldn't have been a frickin' liar. And I remember that day he came out with his press conference and the tears in his eyes. Oh, well, he was divesting himself of all his Blockbuster stock for God only knows how many $1 billion. And Viacom, or whoever the hell it was, came in and bought up Blockbuster. So guess what? There is no more Blockbuster Park. So there is no baseball stadium. There is no more of his empty promises. Because one thing about these people that's consistently true is they will promise you anything to suck you into going along with what they want. And then after they get what they want, you're on your own. Just like Mickey Arison and all the money it's going to cost you suckers in Dade County that got sucked into voting for that by Mayor Pinga with his lies. Oh, if you're for it, vote no. If you're against it, vote yes. Whatever the hell it was. And like I said, wait till you see the vote on the stadium thing. Because every vote will be counted as a yes. If you vote no, it'll be yes. If you vote yes, it'll be yes. That's the only way they're going to get it through. Oh, look at this. 100% of the people want it. 90% of the people voted no. That means they like it. And 10% voted yes. That means 100% of the people want the stadium. That's what they're going to do. As only they can do down here. I'm still waiting for all these people to call me to tell me about how the quality of life in this community is so upgraded by having Major League Baseball. It doesn't mean squat. There is no interest. None. Zero. Zippity-doo-dah. It's going to put us on the map. Yeah, really put us on the map. Going to make all that crime go away. All that banana boat. Thank you, Miriam. God bless you, sweetheart. My favorite person in the world with my check. Now I can go home.
Loan me $50.
And you know something? It probably says on the envelope there, don't go to the bank with this till after 2 o'clock. Don't even think about it. Don't even try to deposit this. In fact, hold it till September. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. I mean, after all, this is your sports station. We got another stupid Marlin game tonight with the Giants. In fact, tomorrow we get preempted again. Tomorrow we get out of here at 12:30, and this time, since there's no election tomorrow, I say, yeah! We get out of here at 12:30 tomorrow for the pregame because there's a Marlin Giants game tomorrow at 1. How do you like that? You weren't even aware of that, were you? How do you like them apples, huh? I like it. Lunch is early tomorrow, Ma, because we get out of here at 12:30 for another stupid game that nobody cares about and nobody will be listening to. 4,500 people may be there last night, and we should spend $400 million, 80% of which should be public money, so that we can continue doing this crap. Professional sports is becoming a cancer, and like Hank said the other day, he loves the people of Los Angeles because they said,
no,
take your goddamn football and stick it where the moon don't shine. We can live very well without it. We'd rather sit here and watch them on TV for free, watch 3 games every Sunday, and you can take your Rams and ram it. See you in St. Louis, Louis, or whatever, however that song goes. And you know something? I guess Los Angeles has probably fallen off the map, haven't they, since they lost professional football? Yeah. How are they surviving?
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
It's new and it's at Burger King. Godfather Trilogy action figures. They're fun for the whole family. Collect all 10 knob action figures with each Whopper fries and super large drink. And that's a super large drink, no exception. Get Sonny in his favorite garbage can so you can beat the crap out of Carlo after he punches out Sonny's sister. Or get the bullet-riddled body of Sonny after he gets it at the Jersey toll booth. Wow, isn't that great? Impress all your friends with the Don himself.
I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
So start organizing your neighborhood now and get the Godfather action figures. Remember, it's only business, and it's at Burger King.
10:45 at 560 WQM. Well, you see, a little premature evaluation on that check business. Was there a bonus in my check here?
No.
No, that was due yesterday, but I figured, well, tomorrow's payday. They'll just lump it in there with a paycheck. Did they do that?
No.
No. So once again, and you see, this is why some of us, me, I can't speak for anybody else, but some people here ought to be going nuts about this business with Greg Reed and his sports fetish, so that we can make people like John Henry put more millions and millions of dollars in their pockets for the right, for the privilege to broadcast sports that nobody care about. Nobody's even going, much less anybody listening. But because we have to put all the money in his pocket and Wayne's pocket for the Dolphins and the Panthers, as a result, that's why people in this building are told, don't cash your check till after 2 o'clock, and that's why people are told, oh, don't ever do that again and buy a mouse pad for $1.58. Are you out of your mind? Even my mother, well, I take that back. Yeah, she would be proud. She'd like that. That's her style. She'd be going, she'd be high-fiving. She'd be fisting. Yeah. Unbelievable. You sit here, you expect to get paid in a timely fashion. This is the way it's in the contract. This is the way we do it. I've been here for 20 months now. And you plan your life. You plan things you're going to do based on when you expect to have the money in your hand. Not when you work for the Beasley Mead Corporation, which Greg reads with a straight look on his face tells me, oh, this is a great company. Yeah, right. Maniac. Just pay people when they're supposed to get paid, then worry about those billionaires, okay? We don't have any sports going on this show, and in the meantime, we're making a money hand over a limp fist. Still can't get paid because they just can't scrape the cash together. They got to give it to John Henry and Wayne. Here's a fax from Cody that says, here's proof that this town is a joke. Can anyone name a city that's got 4 sports teams in it that would have each team playing in their own building, plus one extra building left over that nobody's playing in? Says, think what it would be like if the Marlins got their way. That's right. Then you'd have the baseball stadium for the Marlins. You'd have PP Park for the Dolphins. You'd have American Airlines Arena for the Heat. You have the Yenta Center for the Panthers. Then you got the one that's sitting over there at the Miami Arena that nobody's playing in.
Chicago. The Bulls have their own
place.
That's
right.
The Sox,
but Chicago's a real sports town. And by the way, I don't think the people of Chicago pay tax money to build any of those buildings. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But be that as it may. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. You watch. By today, they'll have us sold. We'll get all these real dyed-in-the-wool baseball fans will call in and sell all of us. You watch. They're going to have us sold on the great contribution it'll make to this community and to enrich our lives. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I love sports, but if the Panthers, if the Heat, if the Dolphins, if the Marlins, if the Fusion, all of them left tomorrow and went out of town, it would not affect my life in one iota. And
oh my God!
If we didn't have sports at all here and build all these goddamn arenas, just think what we could do with the schools and the library and improving the overall
and the roads that the mayor was just screaming about
without Metro Rail.
But
we won't go into that. But you don't need all this stuff. You don't need all of this stuff. I like baseball, which is definitely not the Marlins. And, if none of this was here, fine. And like I said, they could turn around and improve this area and make this place a paradise.
Okay, sir. God bless you.
Okay. Hey, Neil, in closing, did you hear that spot they're having Ron Jeremy live live at an adult club?
Yeah.
Talk about watching the fur fly.
Okay. Have a great day, pal. Like I said, it's almost lunchtime. We don't want to hear about Ron Jeremy. Fine. I don't understand that. I can't imagine. I don't want to see Ron Jeremy with his clothes on, much less with his clothes off. I don't understand why anybody, man, woman, anything, elephants, why anything would want to see Ron Jeremy naked, much less performing any kind of an act. Even eating lunch, I don't want to see him. 5670560. It looks to me like he hasn't missed many. Him and his buddy Al. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
It makes me wonder what kind of guys with arrogance and the ego that guys like Aronson and Henry and
Hike get,
with this big money. These guys, I don't know what the hell happens to these guys, I can't imagine hanging
out. It's kind of a monkey see, monkey do thing,
It's like
they see that Wayne got his way, and the Broward people right away came up and concocted this scheme to come up with the money to build him an arena, and then they managed this bogus election in Dade County, and they got that thing built for Mickey, slipped the Mickey to the voters in Dade, and so it just snowballs. It's like an out of control thing, and now everybody who's got a rollerblade team right away, let's build them a stadium or an arena or something.
The arrogance. Can you imagine hanging out with these three guys? What a sham that would be.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll pass on that.
Really. I'm trying to coordinate my retirement here with your retirement so I can get the hell out of this place.
Good luck to us.
I can't imagine after you what it'd be like around here.
Okay, thanks. Have a great day. Yeah, in fact, this bonus check, if these bonus checks don't start showing up, that retirement may have to be hastened real fast. I may have to go over there and work with Castronova, Clear Channel. I mean, no, seriously, what kind of a place is it that you work for when you expect to get paid on a certain day? I've been through this before, and I realize I get paid a lot of money. I'm not missing any meals, but it's not the point. It's a matter of principle. When you do business like a businessman, Greg, who returns people's phone calls, who pays the bills on time, who pays whose help that shows up every goddamn day. You pay people when they're supposed to get paid. There doesn't have to be any discussion about it. It should be as automatic as taking a crap. But it's basically kind of a constipated crap when you work for this outfit, because whenever they get around to it, there's always got to be a little bit of conversation. It just doesn't automatically show up in your hand, and the money either. And I resent it, and I find it nauseating and totally unacceptable, and Bush League almost as unacceptable as having Todd Dreck doing his burn and loot and trash of your accounts routine that he's doing. There's Joe Costello. I bet he's got my bonus check, doesn't he?
No.
No. Not in there. How do you like that? Due yesterday, technically, according to my contract, in writing, due yesterday, but I said, hey, I'm not going to be a prick. I'm not going to worry about that. It'll be in there on Tuesday because it's the 10th of the month. That's when my paycheck comes. Is it in there?
No.
No. As the beat goes on with Greg Reed and the Beasleys, and it's always bada-beep, bada-boop, bada, the soft shuffle and an excuse, how can a company not be able to afford $1.58 for a mouse pad at Office Depot? That's what I want to know. And you wonder why people don't get their bonus checks on time, and the people that get here paid hourly and work on weekends like Mad Dog and some of these other people are always screaming about not getting paid? They haven't got it. They don't have it. That poor guy up there how's that guy Harry up there in Bryn Mawr, New Jersey? I won't see him no more. $75. $75. The guy has spent more money on fax paper trying to collect his $75 for 6 months now, and he still don't have it. Here's Pompano Beach. Hello.
Yes, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Can you give me some insight to the young prospects in the Marlins farm system?
Oh, yeah, right. Uh-huh.
AAA and AA prospects who might.
Yeah, they're all out there playing right now.
At this hour, this early?
Yeah, they're out there playing right now. Okay, go play with yourself, because I think you got a head start. Here's a call from Syracuse. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Okay, sir.
Good. Moved out of there 2 years ago.
Congratulations to you, sir.
All right. Moved back home.
Till the first snowfall, the first week in November when you start freezing your ass off.
Right, exactly. The stadium thing's ridiculous. They're caught in a vicious cycle, and they're going to leave. I have a question and a shameless request. The question is, all of these things, where did that come from?
Where did it come from?
Yeah, as a line. Is it in a movie or something?
No, it's from the side
all of these things.
It's from that. It's from that phone call, that crank phone call, the body augmentation thing.
Okay. All right. And my shameless request, if you can do it in a couple breaks, because I had to log back on and listen on that old Jewish guy named Eisen.
Okay.
Great.
I'll work on him.
Thanks. Appreciate
it. Have a great day, pal, and Zagazun. See you in Oneonta. 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. I'm just incoherent about the thing with this bonus check. I realize it's just a matter of principle, and I'm not going to miss a meal today. I may be able to scrape through until tomorrow or whenever they're going to come up with it. It's just wrong, okay? Just like Bubba said about those Calvin Klein spots, and he's a good one to talk about morality. It's just frickin' wrong. Pay people when they're supposed to get paid. Don't diddle around like some mom-and-pop goddamn dime store. That's the way they run this place, like some little corner convenience store. Like a farm store. That's the way they run this joint. Not like a business. Be a businessman for once in a while. Here's a guy that's running around making multi-million-dollar deals with Wayne Huizenga and John Henry and the Hurricanes. God only knows how much money they siphoned into their ass to get that hurricane crap. And let me say it again, you'll never, ever see a blip on a Richter scale. You can bet your life on it. You can bet Greg Reed's life on it. You'll never see a blip on a Richter scale, even hurricane football. And I know that from all those years at IOD. Even when they were winning their national championships. Does it make even like a little tiny blip on a Richter scale around a weekend? No. Just a lot of busy work so this guy can be the sports mogul, baby. Which is fine. If you want to be the sports mogul, you're entitled to that. But don't hold up people's money because of it. Pay people when they're supposed to get their cash. Because nothing infuriates me more than people not paying you on time. I'm fortunate enough. I make enough money, and to me, good credit is important. I got 7,500 credit cards. And when I get a bill, generally speaking, I make out a check the day I get it or the next day, and it goes in a mailbox. That's the way I do business, because I can afford to do it. If you can't afford to do it, then don't pretend to be a businessman. I can go out and offer everybody in a business. I can go to all the top people in the broadcasting industry, all 5 of them, and offer them, hey, you want to come in? I'll give you $50 million to come and work here. Can't pay them. I'm starting to get really psychotic. I really am. I'm starting to get really pissed. Let's smoke some good stuff in here and just cut the crap.
Yeah, man. I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
Yeah.
While spending the remainder of your golden years in the land of death, the one thing you have to depend on is your car. With Jew Canoe theft on the rise, the people who brought you a big black guy named Ben car alarm now bring you an old Jewish guy named Isaac.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
Remember when we used to boost them back in Caribbean? Yeah. We ought to get a bundle for this, baby. The white ones are cooler.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
What the hell was that?
I object seriously. Profanity like that.
Look out, I think somebody's coming.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF. Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
Whenever some bastard tries to steal my car, I feel safer with an old Jewish guy named Isaac.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
Get your old Jewish guy named Isaac car alarm now and receive a free flower antenna.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
An old Jewish guy named Isaac car alarm. Now available at all their stores.
1103 at 560 WQM. And by the way,
what is a Buffalo Bill?
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line as the beat goes on here at QAM, where we continue just pulling the wool over everybody's eyes, including our own. Here's a mobile in Davie. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
Hi. Hey, listen, I got a question for you. I've been listening to you for a long time, and I just came from Miami, right? I live in Broward.
Yes.
And I went to a donut shop in Dade County.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the name.
Uh-huh.
I get my receipt back, and there's a penny surtax for buying donuts. Can you explain to me?
A penny surtax for what?
For buying donuts. Okay. Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, that goes into the PBA, Police Benevolent Fund. What the hell is he asking me about a penny for donuts? In addition to which, what are you worried about the penny, okay, pal? What are you worried about a penny? 5670560. If you're that cheap, then, you belong in Broward. Believe me, Sunrise would be good. Maybe Tamarack. Sunrise Lakes would be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Ahoy!
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing? Well, I was in Fort Lauderdale, but I'm moving the country. I just crossed the Broward-Dade line.
Yeah, well, bring that extra penny along, pal.
Hey, just wanted to touch base. I don't know if you heard her or not, but over the weekend on Friday night, I was listening to one of these other stations when I was driving around, and the Miami Heat's trying to threaten us now, too. They've already started with their campaign. You must deposit a $50 per seat towards the 5,500 fans for the new Miami Heat women's franchise. You and your daughters or you and your fans will be enjoying this summer. I mean, when's it going to stop? Baseball, now that the Miami Heat are starting
nobody is interested in the WNBA. Nobody cares. Nobody will attend. And as you point out, just another way of trying to squeeze more bucks out of the same people. That's right.
Yeah, and in closing, Beasley Reed Acquisitions, you're a bunch of douchebags for holding up Neil's check.
Okay, have a great day, pal. See ya. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like cold coming back again. You know, I thought I had it licked, so to speak. Can I say that, licked?
No.
No. But it's starting to relapse. I think maybe the next 2 or 3 days I might have to lay out. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless. Pretty weak here on the phones today. I mean, really, really weak. And my mind, to be very honest with you now, is dancing. I don't want to say the service is another distraction here inside this joint, not getting paid when you're supposed to get paid. But for me, that always serves as a major distraction because it's something that I happen to be real persnickety about. Excuse me for getting concerned when other people start playing around, playing games with my money. Here's a mobile in Kendall. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay, sir.
I'm feeling sick, so that's why I'm going to
I think I'm going to have to check out of here around noon.
Yeah, I was starting by saying there's a pick report on the 878 going from Kendall to US 1. There's like 4 or 5 cops just waiting to give speeding. Another thing, I just wanted to praise you. I know this was a couple of weeks ago, but you got me and a bunch of people that I know to vote for against the Alex Penis list.
All right.
And I never voted before, and you got me out there. You just kept reminding me about the about the issue, and that took a lot since you don't even live in Miami.
Right.
And a friend of mine, a female actually, who listens to your program, listens to it quite regularly, she went on and her family voted also against, and they voted no.
No.
In closing, I just want to call her, Madeline, a douchebag.
Okay, nice job, pal. Feel better. Okay, fine. We got one call left in the board. Now we can check in with some really good music, man. That's right. 567-0560, #5. Well, listen, you're sitting there you're a witness to it. Dead as a doornail. They don't care. They just don't give a crap. And I still laid the challenge down there, the $64 billion challenge. We're waiting to hear about all the great things that baseball does for our community, okay? Why it enhances our lifestyle so much. Why it's so wonderful for everybody who lives in the South Florida community. What's it going to do for us? Let's hear it. 567-0560, #560 on the AT&T line. I mean, I could be spending my time more productively on the phone with my attorney, seeing about getting my goddamn bonus check, which was due yesterday, by the way. I think the only way these people get the message, just like the stuff with the copy, with everything in this place, if you're willing, and I'm not making this up, if you're willing to sit back and just play ignorant, if you just say, oh, I don't give a crap, which I made a mistake of saying 3 or 4 months ago, great, that's just the way we want it. So we'll just pay it whenever we get around to it, and we'll just, we don't care about the goddamn clients, because every time somebody cancels, we got somebody else to plug in there anyway, because you got all those big numbers. And they don't care. They don't give a flying crap. There is no communication. I got a sales guy, I don't want to mention Todd Dreck on here again, comes in yesterday, tells everybody else in the building about an account that canceled, which I knew was going to cancel because he didn't service it, and his agency buddy. Does he tell me? Does he come anywhere near here?
No.
Do I, even today, the day after, do I still have any word on that from anybody in this joint? No. And this all goes back to one guy. I've told you this a million times. It all goes back to Greg Reed. That's the one guy. He's the one that's running the asylum here. And that's why things are done with this way. What this guy knows about radio, you could stick in a thimble and have room for the Chinese army left over in there. That's what this guy knows about radio. Nothing. Zero. Zippity-doo-dah. He makes Pete Borger look like a rocket scientist. And I never thought I could say that, but it's the frickin' truth. That's why he's peeing in his pants about a goddamn radio station at 3200 on the AM dial that nobody can pick up, that ain't even on the air yet, that keeps pushing their floor mat back month after month after month, that has got nobody that wants. Even Mortestes Destrada got on a bus and left town in the middle of the night, so he didn't have to be embarrassed by being on that thing. And we're suing them because we're so concerned about them. You should have seen. They had June Allison personal standing at the door in here that day when that thing hit the newspaper about Waffen to give him Depends undergarments. That's how often he had to change his underwear that day. All day long.
Squirt.
Everybody's telling him, Greg, just calm down.
Squirt.
All day long.
Squirt.
Peeing in his pants.
Why are you airing shit like this?
Well, I hate what they're doing on QAM. Put that faggot back on again. I want what they had before. He's not my kind of guy. What the hell are they doing anyway? If the manly-sounding guy is really gay, I want more of Chris Moore, cause his voice is real high. When I listen to the sports, a manly voice won't get my attention. But what really gets me sits in the shorts, a squeaky high voice will give me an erection. Hell, I hate what they're doing on QAM. Putting that faggot back on again. I'm going to this here and straighten in with voices this high. Now I'll have to get deeper in the closet again so I can impress all the macho friends. Check out Chris Moore at night to help me pay the side. Yeah, there ain't nothing like having macho sports guys whose voices have some cracks since they were 12 years old. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, stand up real close to the radio and press it on and get their voices on up there. Really and that Crow, man, well, he's smarter than my inbred brother. Yep. How's that Crow show doing on Waxy, by the way?
No.
Anybody hear that thing lately?
No.
How's that the Robert Steinbach show?
No.
567-0560, #560 on the AT&T wireless line. You notice we had a whole bunch of calls on there before, but as soon as we go to the break, they're busy, man. They're busy. It's the compulsive gambling thing. Here's Coral Gables. Hello. It's Tuesday. The bookie's probably at the door. Coral Gables. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Pino, I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
All right. Do you
What language are you speaking, sir, before you come up with a shot that's going to get bleeped out anyway and ain't going to get on the air? Uh-huh. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes,
Thinking
sir.
about gambling, I just got back from the Beau Rivage last night.
Yes.
You don't have to go to Las Vegas anymore.
Meaning what?
It's a great hotel. I never went outside. Plunged my brains out, had a great
Where
time.
was this, in Biloxi, you mean?
Biloxi, Mississippi. An hour and a half
for
you're
me.
there.
No, that's for Glam.
No. Listen. There's nobody more orthodox than I am, but I had a good time.
Boy!
You're Orthodox and you were gambling?
Boy!
Did you put a mezuzah on the crap table?
Why? Every shot I said, please God help me. So I
there you
prayed
go.
at every shot.
Did it work?
No.
Oh, damn it.
But I had a great time.
He's busy on the NFL now.
I had a great time.
Okay, thanks a lot, pal. See you in Biloxi. I'm not going to Mississippi with or without a banjo on my knee. 600 open lines here, 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. So our program director, Bluff Lindsay, gets off his bluff and goes to Greg Reed and says, what about Neil's bonus check? And Greg goes, yeah, he's working on it. I bet he's working on it with both fists. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Nice guy. By the way, Catherine Murray died 2 days ago. I forgot that yesterday. Does anybody in this audience remember Arthur and Catherine Murray?
No.
No, of course not. Victor Mature died yesterday, age of 86. Anybody remember him?
No.
Huh?
No.
He had 5 wives.
No.
Big macho guy, Victor Mature.
No.
He's dead. Here's Kendall. Hello. Kendall. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the Miami Herald, just reporting here pros and cons in in basketball. You have the Herald with you, sports page?
Yes, I do, sir. One moment, please.
Turn to 8D.
One moment, please. I got the Sun Sentinel Sports. Here it is. What is it? What page?
8D.
8D as in dummy, yes.
Right, there's two short stories. One says Mavs guard arrested, and then below that is the funny one, is Coleman facing charges.
Mavs guard arrested. Coleman, Charlotte Hornets forward Derek Coleman could face criminal charges for allegedly urinating in the dining room of a popular downtown Detroit restaurant. Let's hear it for Derek. All right. The 6'9" Detroit native, boy, he's 6'9". Can you imagine what he was dragging through the soup, huh? Allegedly relieved himself early Saturday in front of dozens of diners at Intermezzo Italian Ristorante. His attorney told the Detroit Free Press the story is totally wrong. How do you like that?
Read the top, though.
McDonald said Coleman, 32, was in a bar with the boxer Thomas Hearns and Indiana Pacers guard Jalen Rose when he spilled a drink on his pants and stood to wipe it off. McDonald said an employee thought he was urinating and notified the manager. Yeah, he just spilled a drink.
Squirt.
Yeah, and it would just happen to be coming from his
squirt
penis, right?
I just
Yeah.
wanted to alert you to that.
No, I mean, when you take a leak, doesn't it like come out like a martini with an olive in it? Have a great day, pal.
Take care.
Thanks for the good news. That's right.
Squirt.
What a pisser that guy is, huh? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line as we continue pushing and punishing our way through here. We'll make it one way or the other. We got Hank Goldberg at, that's right, in the studio today. Talking baseball with Donnie B at 6 tonight, and then we got the pregame at 6:30. The Giants and the Marlins again. The red-hot Marlins, baby.
No.
We'll have another 7,000, 4,000 or 5,000 there tonight. Oh, that's right, Levon ain't pitching tonight. We'll have 2,000 or 3,000 tonight. 2,000 or 3,000 people, which means that we desperately need a lot more room for those fans. That's right. I say let's have a $2 billion stadium.
That must be crazy.
Let's have a $10 billion. Let's increase the sales tax a dime. That should do it. That should cover it. Let's increase it $1, $1 on $1. So for every dollar you spend, so now you buy something for $10, it costs you 20. Because $10 will be the sales tax. What's wrong with that? It's a nice even number. Even we can figure that out. Yeah, you go and you buy something for 50 cents. Okay, it'll be $1, please. Very simple. Even most of you people, even some of the dark folks out there can multiply real well, unfortunately. Maybe a little bit too fast. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. That's the problem with the Beasleys over there in Naples. They can multiply, but they just can't add. That's the problem. Right, Bruce? Ain't that the problem over there? All you mugwumps, huh? One thing about them, they don't have to worry about buying a big house because they buy a one-bedroom house. The whole family, all the Beasleys, they all sleep on this one big circular bed. Yeah. In those suits. They sleep in the suits that they wear to work the next day. You know, cuts down on laundry cost. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
I didn't get a chance to call you yesterday, but did anyone talk to you about the article on the Panthers and the Herald on Sunday?
No.
Unbelievable. I mean,
Saying what?
I guess they felt...
Well, nobody cares about the Panthers, first of all.
Well, that's it. And they felt obliged to write something. It was like the Sunday sports column, you know. So the big news was that Pavel is skating figure eights in Russia. That was the update.
What's he doing still over there?
I don't know. Didn't say. But that's
camp starts in just a couple of weeks.
Well, you know,
the first exhibitionist game is, I think, September 14.
I've had my tickets since the second season. And if the season is over by November this year, that's it. Enough is enough. How much do I want to keep writing that $3,000-$4,000 check, whatever it is, every year?
Yeah, but we got Lance Pitlick. How do you like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, yeah. I was going to upgrade my seats for that. Oh, yeah.
First exhibition game is on Tuesday the 14th over there in Fort Myers, Carolina Hurricanes.
He probably wants to speak as much Russian as possible before he has
Yeah, that's right. He probably wants to speak a lot of Russian on the bench just to piss Terry Murray off. And, sir, I want to tell you this. Because I don't talk about hockey much, because nobody here cares about it as much as I love it. But the fact is that the players, to a one, every single one of them, they hate Terry Murray like poison.
We've got to get rid of both the Murrays.
The Murrays, you've got to go. We'll pack them a sandwich, and they got to go on a bus and get out of here. And send them to Saskatoon.
That's it from me.
With Dino Cicerelli. Thank you, sir. I'll see you at the Macarena. Love that Macarena, baby. September 15. That's a Wednesday night? Backstreet Boys at the Macarena. See, it's good that we built that arena, not just for the Panther games, but when we have these concerts, like when 98 Degrees comes back, so we don't have to have them up there in Pompey. You know, you can puke in there all you want, okay? But I got news for you. I'll take Nick and Jeff any day over certain others, which I don't want to mention no names to offend anybody. How come this thing isn't queuing up back to the beginning? It must be a communist plot. Anyway, 22 past 11 at QAM. We're still waiting for the bulletin for the news on Neil's bonus check. It's always something, isn't it, boys and girls, huh?
Uh-huh.
Life could be so easy. It could be. My mother's got a great saying. She don't have too many, but she's got a great saying. Life could be beautiful, but it's not. Nice going, Ma. I think that sums it up in a nutshell. This could be I was just telling Bluff in here during the last break. This could be the greatest place to work in the whole business. All it would require is just a little bit more elbow grease, a little bit more work by certain people in here, like sales management types, and like the general manager, and like making sure that people get paid on time. And this would be paradise, as they say in Vegas. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello. Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, sorry.
Don't be sorry.
It was Detroit's the only place with 4 separate arenas, not Chicago.
And how do you like that? I mean, Detroit, a real sports town.
Right.
And, of course, they're just building that new stadium for the Tigers.
Which is going to be beautiful.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. It's right on, you know Detroit real well, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. It's right on Woodward, just north of where the Fox Theater is.
Oh.
Where they put the new facility.
Uh-huh.
Not far from the old
I miss going to that Michigan Avenue site, though.
It's the best.
Oh, yeah, you used to have to pay $100 to watch your car, and they would still slash your tires. It was great.
It's a great place to see a game, though.
Uh-huh. And, of course, they've really been drawn big over there. 10,000, 12,000 a game for the last 5 or 6 years. And you do realize, by the way, wait a minute, let me take a look at the standings.
Randy Smith is going to get fired. The Tigers are next to last place. If not last place.
No, but wait a minute. The Tigers' record, going into yesterday's action before the Marlins poll that came out last night, the Tigers' record was only a half a game worse. Now, let's see. Did Detroit play yesterday? No, they did not. Which means that as you and I speak right now, Detroit is 44-67. Florida's 45-68. They're in a virtual dead heat. The Tigers are 2 percentage points worse than the Marlins. How do you like that?
Right. Well, that's still a great
Is that pathetic?
If anyone's going to make a run up there, though, to see the games and before they tear the stadium down, sit in the upper deck, first row, best place to see a game.
No, I want to sit down real close so I can shake hands with Justin Thompson before they...
You are close when you're upstairs. You can hear Ernie Harwell right now.
It's a great... Now, is Ernie still doing radio?
Oh, yeah.
He is?
Oh, yeah. He's doing it, yeah.
Because he's not on TV anymore, and it across my ass. It makes me very angry.
You remember a couple years ago...
Yes, I do. They tried to fire him.
No, they did fire him. Bo fired him and brought in some...
No, I understand, but they tried to pull that off, and the crowd and the public went crazy, and they had to bring him back.
Right after a year.
Uh-huh.
They had him in like exile. CBS Radio picked it up for a while. He was doing the national games, and then
But I thought that was the pizza guy that made the decision.
No, it was Bo and Jim King, who was the general manager of WJR
Well, that's
Radio.
Bo, he went to Michigan, so he's a real jackpot.
Anyway, so it's Detroit with the 4 separate arenas, and down here with U of M, they're going to have their own arena.
Oh, that'll be 5. That's right.
Right. So
okay.
No one's going to be playing at the Miami area. So
and then we got Mark Light Stadium for the baseball team for the Hurricanes, so that's 6. And then we got the Orange Bowl, which we're forgetting about where they're scrimmaging, so that's 7.
And Lockhart Stadium.
And Lockhart Stadium, and then we got the stadium down in Homestead, that's 9.
Right.
And the race car stadium.
And the race car stadium down there is 10. And then don't forget Old Miami Stadium and Bobby Maduro Stadium, that's 11.
Bobby,
yeah.
Bobby Manure, did you
Bobby Manure Stadium, right.
Domino Park, too.
What is it?
Domino Park.
And Domino Park, that's right. Okay, have a great day, pal.
Yeah.
And Tropical Park, don't forget old Tropical Park, where they had the first harness track down here 100 years ago. Tom Wilburn is still doing it, baby.
Oh!
What if he's still alive? Now, let's talk some harness racing. That'll clear out the phones. 567. How about that Hamiltonian, huh? That Mike LaChance, that frog. Nice going, Mike. Won't have any talk about that down here because that's not on their agenda. They just don't know these things, don't you understand? We have a very limited repertoire down here, but we got. This is the only place in the U.S. that's got 72 sports venues.
Somebody just told me about the FAU stadium that Howard Schnellenberger is building. For
All right, Howard Smellyberger, he's building the stadium. That's 11, 12, that's 72.
FIU stadium.
FIU stadium. Well, what's that song by Macy Gray? What do they say to do at FIU? They keep saying, you know what I'm talking about. Well, and what does that mean? What does that mean? FFIU. Well, they keep saying that over and over again. And of course, the Hurricane fans are going, yeah, FFIU. Oh, Macy Gray, number one at the U of M, I guarantee you that. FFIU. What does that mean? Somebody be explaining that to me, please, huh? Please, before it's too late, before I get that check. Yeah, that Greg Reed, man, this is the guy, he's still got his finger stuck in that hole in his head. I'm going to say it right here on the air. If I were him, and I'm not, and thank God I'm not, I got a better haircut with no hair. If I was Greg Reed, I would bring the bonus check for Neil Rogers in on a silver tray is what I would do. And I'm not exaggerating. I would come in here, kiss Neil Rogers' ass, and bring him his bonus check on a silver goddamn tray. 20 months in a row that I've been on this radio station, every single trend, every month, 20 months in a row, number one in every goddamn demographic that we care about. Number one in the market, number one in the goddamn station in the men. Every single month, 20 months in a row, and I got to come on here and my bellyache and whine like a child. Where's my goddamn money? And believe me, I'm not above doing it either.
Talk dirty to me.
Marvy was a man who dressed just like a woman. Now he's back on my TV. If he didn't do the things she said he's doing, why'd he have to cop a plea? Mark back in a slip and a thong.
How young is too young?
Mark back, just like he did no wrong. Mark back, your career you retrieved. Mark back, sporting a new hair weave. You're back, Marv. Yes!
I don't believe it. Okay, the good news is that check will be here overnight. It'll be here tomorrow. Now, do you think it would have been here tomorrow if I would have made a big stink about this?
No.
I would have had to just sit around cooling my heels for day after day after day, just waiting and counting, with that little clock ticking to see if it might show up when they get around to with the Beasleys over there. So, John Henry, you or Wayne might have to wait a couple of days until that next multi-million-dollar payment. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Talk about in over your head. Talk about drowning. Oh, too bad about William Shatner's wife, by the way.
Oi!
She's dead, 40 years old, drowned. You see that story this morning? William Shatner, his wife dead. No, he's not dead. His wife is dead. Oh, JP said, oh, thank God it wasn't him. Captain Jerk.
Which one of his wives?
The latest one. Here's Miami. Hello.
I guess if I was suffering from insomnia, I guess I could subsidize a baseball stadium where I can go and fall asleep at a baseball game. Is that a good enough reason?
By the way, this was heard on WQAM last night in the middle of the sixth inning. And that's Joe Angel, by the way.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you.
Nice going, Joe.
I got to tell you, the question that these spineless reporters didn't ask John Henry, which, by the way, he's such a great guy, Neil.
Isn't he a hell of a guy?
Such a nice guy. Oh, he's such a nice guy.
Christ almighty, why wouldn't you want to give him $400 million?
I must be crazy. I must be nuts. Yeah. The one question is, hey, why should we subsidize a stadium for you when we don't subsidize anything for Bell South? Okay, AT&T.
Right. FP&L.
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, these are things that are
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, or the Mustang Ranch, which went out of business. You know,
goddamn swing clubs that they're closing down.
Yeah, well, we are.
I guarantee you, people are having a hell of a lot better time at all the places you just mentioned than they are at the goddamn ballpark.
Absolutely. I mean, to me, baseball has just become such a hype job, man. And you know, and like you say, you know, the one team that actually has a chance to do anything. The Dolphins, I mean, they're preempting them with all these Marlins games.
Isn't that incredible? The Dolphin exhibition games are going to wind up, at least parts or all of some of them, on Waxy, on a station that nobody can hear, that nobody knows from, so we can have the honor of putting Marlins baseball on. What a great deal you made, Greg. Nice going, sweetheart.
And you know, I'm sort of in the same boat with that woman that called yesterday. I'm completely outraged. How dare this man ask me for money to build him a stadium?
And how dare the newspaper that we spend money to buy this newspaper so we can read the news that's going on in town and in the world, and how dare them tell us that we should give him 80% of $400 million so it'll be so great for life in Broward County.
And you know, the whole thing, I mean, first of all, you don't need a press conference for someone to tell you where the sites are going to be. Just print them in the newspaper, first of all.
Yeah. Or just listen to Hank on Friday. We'll read them all on it, yeah.
Yeah, but why? Why in the world is this guy, well, this is a press conference to figure out, like, how much I'm going to pay. No, how about 100%, okay? How about if he pays 100% and we pay nothing? And I'll make a deal. If he pays 100%.
But he already told you, if he pays 100%, it's going to be a little tiny postage stamp stadium. It'll seat about 3,000 people. They won't have a decent team. It's going to be really bad. It's going to stink. So, you know, he'll do it, but it's going to be terrible.
That's great. Then he loses the money and not us.
Right, that's right.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Neil.
Okay, and we'll see him in D.C. Like we said, we'll see him in AC or D.C. Because I'll tell you one thing, John Henry, right now, and I'm speaking for the majority of people, not the sports nerds that come on and suck your ass on his station every now and then when they're just in the right mood for a suck job. I'm talking about the majority of people with a brain in South Florida. If you think that you're getting one dime of tax money to build you a goddamn dome stadium...
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
Couldn't have said it better myself. 5670560, pound 560. I mean, the list it's endless. With the colleges, with their basketball arenas, and with the football stadiums. I mean, on and on and on. Pretty soon you won't have to worry about building metro rail or more highways because there won't be any room for them. Because every goddamn artery, every corner will have another goddamn stadium blocking it off or another arena. How many venues, I love that word, how many venues do we need in one community, and especially in a place where nobody gives a crap about any of it anyway? Does anybody care about the Fusion?
No.
About the WNBA?
No.
About any of these things? About the Marlins?
No.
No. They don't care about the Panthers either. They just found it's a nice, safe place to come and congregate and schmooze a little bit and have a few beers and hang out and talk on their cell phone and look important. Here's Tamarack. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Great.
Just got back from Hilton Head Island last night.
Yeah.
Want to ask you a couple questions. What happened with Affin? Anything going on with him?
What happened with laughing?
Yeah.
We're still laughing. Laughing because they're still not on the air.
Right.
They pushed their startup date back a few weeks like that. They said August 30th, but they didn't say which year.
Oh, man, I can't believe that.
And I understand that the guy that's running the thing over there, he looks like he just got out of one of Castro's prisons.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How's the little dog doing?
My little dog?
Yes, sir.
Don't get too personal. My little dog's doing fine. Why do you ask?
Right before I left, he was in a vet for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Curious.
Right. Well, you're very concerned about Tiny. Hey, listen, you got a nice home for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'll give you a present every now and then when you don't want it. Yeah. A little Christmas log, even in the middle of summertime.
All right, Neil, you take care of yourself, bud.
And you too, pal.
All right, thanks a lot.
And Tiny says thank you.
Oh.
Right, Tiny, huh? Hey, Tiny.
No.
Oh, don't do that on the carpet, Tiny. 10.5 years old. I want to tell you the difference between a golden retriever and a miniature pinscher. My big dog would explode before he would even pee in the house. I'll tell you that right now. He would explode before he would even tinkle 2 drops in the house. That little dog, well, even when you're home, this is the thing that gets me. Even when you're in the house, every now and then I've caught him, and I'll go like in the front den, and there he is with his little leg up in the air. Like, well, you know, he didn't want to bother me to go out, which he only wants to go out like every 5 seconds. But in this particular case, he figured, well, this is a good spot. Yeah, I smell something familiar there. Yeah, do a little one of those, too, while you're at it. And for a little dog, I'll tell you, that weighs only 10 pounds. Oh, and did you see the story on that 48 Hours Mystery last night about that little kid? 11-year-old kid, he weighed 45 pounds, 22 pounds, this is lunchtime, impacted feces. And they had the trial there of the parents and the doctors and the whole thing, and of course the parents were found not guilty. How could you not know 45 pounds, 11 years old, and the kid died from, he had peritonitis, infection of the stomach, because he had all this, and I'm thinking to myself, everybody's a parent. Everybody can reproduce.
Decriminalize pot in Florida.
All right.
Join the NRA, toot your guns today. Have yourself some down-home Christian fun. Blow your friends away, we'll back you all the way. Defending your right to own a gun. When you think of all the benefits you're getting, life will be sweeter when you pass your heater. Carry a license to be deadly. Join today. It's the American way to be a member of the NRA.
Aim for the knee, aim for the chest, and always aim for the head in case they're wearing a vest. Sharpen your skin, feel more fun. Be there to defend your right to own a gun.
Come on and join today, and you'll be proud to say you're a member of the NRA.
How's it going, eh? It's 11:45 at 560 WQM. Driver and crash ticketed earlier. Did you see this? The driver of one of the cars involved in that drag racing accident that killed 3 people over the weekend received a speeding ticket shortly before the gruesome crash, Hollywood police said on Monday. Before the fatal drag race, the driver of the Ford Mustang, first of all, Mustangs should be taken off the road right away anyway. People who drive Mustangs are assholes, okay? Let me tell you, as a proud Corvette owner, let me tell you right now, Mustangs, those are the people that have got a very tiny penis and a real complex about it. Mustangs are for punks. The driver of the Mustang, Glenn Blackledge, had been ticketed by an FHP trooper for speeding on 595 and stopped to buy 4 cans of Heineken. They already had an unopened 12-pack of beer in the car, Hollywood Police Sergeant Frank McGarry said. How do you like that? See, and the one thing about that they don't understand, they've been watching too many old James Dean movies, which there's only 3 of them, but like Rebel Without a Cause. First of all, drag racing is for punks anyway, like me. You know, I mean, yeah, if I'm at a stoplight and some wise guy there in his goddamn Mustang 5.0 is sitting next to me, yes, you know, I'll be more than happy to show him who's got the real car. But you don't drag race for 2 miles, okay? That's not drag racing. And it's like the people, it just amazes me. I'll be like at the corner of University and Sunrise, all right, and I'll leave some punk in the dust. And we're just talking about just getting away from the light. That shows you who's got the fast car. That doesn't mean if you go 100 and I'm sitting there still going 60 or whatever, that your car is faster. It just means you're a moron. This goes on all the time and time again, especially at night. They go out there going west on Sunrise, 80, 85, 90 miles an hour. Wow, am I impressed by what an asshole you are. That's not how fast your car is, because guess what? I just might be able to squeeze that damn vet up to 80 or 90 miles an hour, too. I don't know. It might be tough, but I'll work on it. I'll pedal a little bit. You idiots. The way that people, the things that people do in their cars, and especially in this place, unacceptable. Murderers. Just down here, and you know something? I don't like the radar, the speed traps and all that crap, but I'll make an exception. Down here on Ives Dairy Road, all you porkers that do your work down there, more power to you. Because every morning I drive that 5 days a week, coming in and going out, but especially coming in the morning, 30 miles an hour, and it's not only is it a residential area, but there are houses lined on both sides of the street between 441 out here and the Turnpike. Heavy-duty residential with kids, with a school up the street, and you try to go anywhere near that 30-mile-an-hour speed limit, and these people are up your ass and going around you and just getting psychotic. You look in the rearview mirror, and they're just getting crazy. They're getting crazy. 35 or 40, that isn't even close enough to satisfy them. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Let me say it again. Mustangs flow. Mustang, in fact, most people who drive Mustangs should have their licenses revoked right now, taken off the road, never permitted to drive again. Something about having a Mustang, even if you're a good driver to start with, once you get behind the wheel of a Mustang, you lose it. There's a whole thing with your mentality. You just lose your perspective on life. And of course, if I had to drive a crappy little Mustang, I'd probably have a complex too. Here's a Fort Lauderdale. Hello?
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
About the stadium issue.
Yes.
talking to my conformist lemming neighbor, and he's already conceded. He says they gotta spend the money. That's not true, is it?
What does that mean?
He means well, they might as well build it because they gotta spend the money.
They got to spend what money?
That's what I said. I said this is something you have to vote on first.
Yeah.
And
well, what money is he talking about? There is no money.
I don't know who's been talking to him, but he said it's a done deal here in Fort Lauderdale.
No, it is not a done deal here in Fort Lauderdale. There is no way that they can pass this without the public voting on it, and I guarantee you the public will say no. Yeah.
Okay, good. You put my
I'm your neighbor. In fact, if I were you, I'd move right now. Before no, seriously, before 2 this afternoon, I'd be living someplace else.
I'll put the sign up now.
Okay.
All right.
Good luck. Yeah, it's a done deal. See, we got out of that with this last exercise in Dade County with that penny sales tax and the overwhelming no of the public and some people actually turning out way beyond their wildest expectations. That showed you that you don't just sit back and roll over every time they try to push something off on you like this crap. See, that's the way guys like John Henry come in. They talk like it's a done deal, you know. Oh, yeah, well, we know you're going to do it, but here are the places I'd like to have. If I had my druthers, I'd like it over here. How about up here? How does that sound, John Henry, you idiot? Get back on your yacht and get the hell out of here. And let those 4,000 or 5,000 people that have nothing else in their life going on, let them go out to the ball games the rest of the goddamn August and September and fritter their lives away. And maybe buy a couple of fritters at the ballpark. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. It's a done deal, my ass. Here's Miami Lakes. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, let me ask you a question. Why you gotta bash Mustangs for, man?
Mustangs suck.
No, they don't.
They're
I
ugly.
have 3 Mustangs. It's better than
gross.
Corvette 10 times, man.
In what?
Nate and Manuel have Corvettes, and I race them all the time, and I beat them.
Yeah.
I beat them all the time.
You beat what?
I beat the crap out of the car. It's a piece of crap. I mean, you crash one Corvette, and it's a piece of dreck. And
yeah, but the people that drive Corvettes, except for that 16-year-old kid whose daddy gave him a Corvette a couple of years ago, people that drive Corvettes, you don't see it fashion very much like Mustangs.
He had a can on the motor, man. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not racing.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, but you can't.
He had I hear he had a penis about the size of an acorn. That's why he was driving a Mustang.
No, that's not
That's
true.
what I hear. I hear that only guys who are hung like a
Corvette
rodent.
drivers have a penis about the size of a corn.
No, that's just me. I'm an exception. Okay, pal.
All right.
See you at the corner of University and Sunrise.
Love you, Neil.
All right, see you. University, yeah, in fact, Joe Costello says Mustangs blow. He's blowing his nose right now in honor of it. And I would agree with you. They blow. Yeah, no question about it. See, I don't really care, but they're so sensitive. And you want to know why they're sensitive? Because Mustangs, kind of like Camaros, you know the thing we have that we play about the Camaro? Mustangs are like for punks who can't afford a real car yet. So it's nice, you know, I mean, they're fast, they're okay. It's like a training bra. It's that kind of a thing. It's like a tricycle. As you're working your way up to a real car, you have to go through that phase of your adolescence. You own a Mustang, and then you start making a few bucks, and you get rid of it as soon as you can, and then you get a real car. And then someday you get a Corvette, and you really have a car. Here's Coral Gables. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
Listen, with hockey on the horizon, I came up with my list of players. Could you critique my 6 players?
List of players of what?
The hockey team, the Panthers.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm going to give you a list of players and see what you think of them.
List of players for what?
Our Panthers hockey team. The real players.
Yeah.
Pavel Bure, Paul Laus, Bill Lindsay, Mark Parrish, Ray Whitney, Brett Hedican. What do you think?
Brett Hedican?
Yeah, he's all right.
He's all right. What about Radek Dvorak?
Yeah, I might have to put him on there.
Yeah, and what is the point? What does this mean?
Peter Worrell.
Yeah, Peter Worrell. There you go. He be the man. He the man. So what does that mean? You made a list, which means you must be bored to death. And what does that say? What is the message? Okay, the message is he has no message. Nice going, sir. You hear the click? There is no message. That's the South Florida hockey fan. This caller right there. And there's another thing. We got a hockey arena that costs $200 million that has no drainage in the parking lot, by the way. No drainage in the parking lot. We went through one whole season where most of the people in the arena couldn't see the goal lights at either end. And this guy's giving me a hockey critique on the 10th of August. And I said, what does it mean? What is the point? And it's click. It's like, there you go. Wow, look, this line's 12. Hear that sound? I'm getting moist just thinking about this. 5670560, pound, or maybe it's the beginning of the hockey season that's getting me so emotional now. You think that might be it?
No.
Huh? God, it sure beats the crap we got going on now. Talk about boring, sitting there with that small dish and having that baseball package and flipping back and forth. Try, first of all, to find a game that means something. Is there a game on that means something? Unless the Mets or Braves or the Red Sox or Blue Jays are playing, is there a game that means anything?
No.
Unless it's a Dodger game, which of course we all hope they lose every game with their $80 million payroll and their Kevin Brown. That makes, you know something? That makes me so excited to see that. I can't begin to tell you how thrilled I am to see that. Let's take a look at the Dodgers record, by the way. Spending all that money out there. Kevin Brown, there's a real team guy for you, baby. That's what they say about him in San Diego. There's a real team guy. There's a guy that's really loyal. He's a whore is what he is. Even Kathy Willis is an upstanding citizen compared to Kevin Brown. Oh, look at that, Los Angeles there after the Colorado sweep by the Marlins over the weekend. Colorado's in last place. Nice going there, Jim Leland. Los Angeles, 50-62. They're 12 games under 500. They're 13.5 behind. They're 13.5 behind Arizona. Oh, I love it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Have we had anybody call and respond to my direct question so far? I laid the challenge out there for you. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe all the rest of us are a bunch of sour pie, okay? Sourpusses. Maybe baseball really does enhance our community and bring all of these things, whatever these things are supposed to be, that the newspaper says. It's our national pastime. It means to the community and to families and to whoever. Come on, let's hear what those things are. I'm waiting. We're waiting for Pacifics. Here's a mobile in Pompano. Hello.
Yeah, Neil, did you get a chance to watch the Woodstock reunion special on VH1?
You got to be kidding me.
I know, but listen, they
why would I watch that?
Well, I was there, and they showed something called the trip tent. And when I was having a problem, there was no trip tent when I was there. The Wavy Gravy was there. It was just great stuff. I miss those times. Are you supporting Bill Bradley?
4 minutes till noon at 560. Oh, this guy, you're just, pathetic, living in the past. Yeah, I support Bill Bradley. He's a real good speaker, too, you know. He's really articulate and forceful is what I like about him the best. But he once wore a jockstrap, so let's hear it for Bill Bill Bailey instead of Bill Bradley. How do you like that? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. You know, they were talking about how they had all those rapes at the Woodstock 99, and they did. In addition to which, I was reading about how sexist most of the guys were there and how they treated the women like crap. And in the mosh pit, the women were getting fondled and hassled and berated and abused and grabbed and squeezed and raped and molested. And guys are going, yeah!
Word.
Put your left foot in now. You take your left foot out. You do the hokey pokey, then you shake it all about. Such a stupid step that makes you look like you're insane. If you ever catch me doing it, here is my refrain. Put a bullet in my brain. Put your right foot in, doing the hokey pokey. Take your right foot out, doing the hokey pokey. It's not hip to do what's that, doing the hokey pokey. Oh! Take your whole self out, stop doing the hokey pokey. Stop doing the hokey pokey.
No.
Stop doing the hokey pokey.
We're going to have to take up, we did a real good job on that election on the penny sales tax in Dade County. Now we got to do a thing about Ricky Martin. That's what we have to vote on next. Let's ban Ricky Martin is what I said. Send him back to Puerto Rico. Get him out of here. God, I can't stand him. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Yeah, Neil, how are you?
Okay, sir.
That's good. Yeah, and as far as your comment about baseball goes here, I don't think it'll ever fly here. You know, football I'm surprised does as well as it does here. But baseball I don't think will fly here because it's not a very passionate town like New York or Cleveland or anything like that, or even Boston. But there was one other thing I had to talk to you about because I went home last night and we got this newsletter up in Pompano from this animal rights group.
Yeah.
And they said that all these signs we've got on the poles about missing dogs and cats, they said that the Haitians are moving in and they're eating our dogs and cats and things up there.
All right.
They're setting traps. They're setting traps for the dogs and the cats in the neighborhood, so this way they could eat them. And they call it chicken. And I said, you got to be kidding me, right? And she says, no. We got this warning that we have to keep all the dogs and cats inside, so this way they don't get eaten by the Haitians up there.
Yeah, man.
Okay, thanks for the good news. We have a bad phone there, thank God. Yeah, a little bit too much jerk chicken up there, I think, is what the problem is. Or maybe a little too much jerk pork. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Neil God.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that guy that called earlier about that money at Fort Lauderdale, he is correct. I work for the Chamber of Commerce in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
And there's a surplus of money that has been stashed for like an emergency situation.
You mean like for new schools, that kind of thing?
I think that might be what it's for, but Henry's been up here numerous times. In fact, he just left this morning, and it appears to be that they're going to go ahead and push this thing through.
No way. There'll be a revolution in this town if they pull that crap. See, here's Jeff Cohen making a lot of noise.
They got a bunch of cash laying around up here, and it's going to go somewhere. And
Yeah.
I think they need to get
Sir, I want to say this to you, okay, with all due respect, and that is that any parent in Broward County who's going to sit back and permit that with a crap public school system that you've got in Broward County is going to sit back and allow that should have been fixed before they ever reproduced in the first place, okay? You're not fit to be a parent if you're going to sit back and sit still for that crap. And I'll tell you that right now, whether you like it or not. Make a little more noise, Jeff, from the pizza loft. Pervert. 5670560. God, do you look extra schmutzy today. What's with that? You look like crap on wheels, man. Probably just came from getting laid. Okay, 5670560. Pizza Loft, the only place in America where you get free condoms with every pizza. And pound 560 on a mobile one line. Pre-used, unfortunately. Hold the sausage. Here's a lady in Sunrise. Hello. Lady in Sunrise.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you today?
Pretty good.
Good. I just wanted to comment on the drag racing thing.
Yes, please.
You know,
only crazy people drag race. Only overgrown children.
I know.
Go ahead.
And let me tell you something. Did you watch the news with those kids that their friends are dead and they're still sitting here saying, well, I know how to handle my car?
Right,
So, you know, what about the people with children in their car that are innocent and get hurt over these people?
Yeah.
You know, that's all I really wanted to say.
Okay.
And another thing, when my
I
dad's
say
horse...
25 years minimum.
Right. When my dad's horse gets back into Pompano, I'll give you a call and give you a good tip.
Thanks.
Okay.
I need it.
Okay.
Make some more noise, Jeff. 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. See, it's the Pizza Loft. Not the best, not the fastest, just the noisiest. Just make a lot of noise and get a lot of free publicity. That's the way Jeff does business. 567. Why do I keep pumping these numbers? I'm all pumped up now because maybe I'll get that bonus check tomorrow. You hear that story? That I had to get on the air and act like a child, which was due yesterday, and it doesn't come with my paycheck today? Only the Beasley Reed way, baby. Only the way. And, of course, if I was Greg Reed, I'd be hiding my face, too, to be doing business the way he does. Next time you get a bill from this place, by the way, just send him a note, say, I'll pay you when I'm good and ready. Huh? That's the way to do it, Jeff. Pay him when you get around to it. That's the way in fact, they'll admire you more. They'll respect you more. They'll say, there's a good businessman. He's like us. He pays his bills when he's good and ready, if ever. Here's a lady in Hialeah. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I want to know, why is it that you're always bashing women on your show?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, lady? Come on. You can get your finger out of there long enough to answer the question. Come on, let's see if you can figure it out.
It's my turn now. I'm going to take it on my ass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she said you want to stick her finger in her rectum somewhere close. Okay, Jeff, there you go. Trace that call. Jeff will be over any second now. Service with a smile. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. That's right. We understand this weekend is special at the law. Free sloppy seconds is what they're going to be given. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Well, I tell you, I'm pissed off, but you got the nail hit on the head here. These people are on drugs. Did you read that editorial in the Sun Sentinel?
Which one?
Yesterday.
Yeah, of course. I've been talking about it for 2 days now.
I just got in the car. I mean, these people are on drugs at the editorial board. What do they think? We're stupid?
Yeah, exactly. They think we're morons and that they're going to just put this over and it's a done. Didn't I predict this already, that this is the way these things get done? They approach like it's a done deal. Now here's where we'd like to put it, and just come up with some creative ways to finance it, and it's done. Poof, all of a sudden we're building a stadium, whether the public needs it, wants it, or whatever.
You could build 10 schools, 10 Camillus houses for the same money.
That's right.
And no, they're going to take a slush fund from the Broward County, whatever, Chamber of Commerce.
Now how about some storm sewers out there for us in West Broward who have a flood every time a pigeon flies over?
Acres where I live.
How about some drainage out there?
That's right. It's bizarre. These people are on drugs. They're absolutely out of their minds.
Okay, just say no, pal.
No.
To John Henry and the Sun Sentinel.
No.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, John Henry. But he's such a nice guy, you know. That's the pitch. He's such a great guy that you just look at him and you want to reach in your pocket and just every dime you got, just hand it over. Here you go, John. Do whatever you want with it.
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
Yeah, we agree. And you mark my words, in these next weeks and months on this station, there'll still be these people debating, you know, which side is best, and is it going to be best over here and best over there, instead of just, you know, putting their foot down and saying, no way, Jose, cut the bull crap. We don't need this. We don't want this. Nobody in their right mind wants this. A $400 million stadium for a handful of lunatics who have no life and have nothing else better to do. I say if you want to take public money, let's build a swing club on every corner instead of goddamn baseball parks and stadiums and arenas. Swing clubs on every street corner and get Ken Jenney and his stormtroopers out of there. And let some people go have a really good time. 5-6, Jeff's nodding his head. He said, yeah. 56705. By the way, did you bring me enough food here? Like for 6 people? What is this? Are you out of your mind? Maniac. Lunatic. Pervert. What are you laughing about? It's good for business, man. It's great for business. Well, that's good. Just imagine all the venereal disease I'm stopping from spreading. 9 minutes past. By the way, Jeff tested positive for several things last week. Just a joke, right? They know it's just a radio show. By the way, Al Goldstein says you have a nice ass.
Did you see him on TV?
No, I did not. Can I do this spot for Vermont Teddy Bear Company, or are you just going to sit there? Oh, no, his fingernails. Jesus, right in the mouth. I haven't even taken the first bite of lunch yet, and he's sitting right across with those blue fingernails. Oh, look at that, with pornographic things on him. Oh, let's see that one.
It just felt like a prick.
Well, you can tell by the way you use my voice from different things. So above the voice, see, I've been this way since I was born, and I'm hung just like and never torn. Won't you try to understand what you call a girly man? I suspect I might be gay, cause I prefer to go the other way. Rather disbelieve it or hide in the feet, cause I'm a feminine guy. Feminine guy. I'm a little twisted and I am twisted. I'm a feminine guy. Feminine guy. Most people love me, but some want to cross me. I'm a feminine guy. Feminine guy. Ha, 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 ha. Feminine guy. Feminine guy. Ha, 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 ha. Feminine guy.
Are you 12:15 at 560 WQM? Now, who are these chicks in the media that you want to bang? Just pull the mic down and let's give some names out. Pull the microphone down while you're eating there. You might as well do something constructive. You don't have to eat it. Yeah.
Want a second?
I don't want any commentary on that, please.
No, I have nothing to say other than
Some names.
Nice to see you here.
No, give some names.
I have no
You just tell me that because I say all these things about you being a pervert, that none of the media people, none of the young ladies, and you have your eyes focused on a couple, on a few.
Right, and ate in the restaurant and covered dolphin camp and things like that.
Right.
But you think I'm a pervert because of the way you talk about me.
Well, you are.
No,
Aren't you a pervert?
No, I'm not at all.
Well, you sure talk a good game.
I don't talk anything. You have a bunch of sauce on your shirt.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm single now, so we can go out.
You could show me how it's done because I am out of practice. I was out of the field for 10 years. I know nothing. You know? You just got to make the best of whatever situation.
Did you bring a shovel along with this act? Huh? A golden shovel.
You know.
You got laid. It's only Tuesday. You got laid more this week already than most guys in this audience will all month, all over the month of August.
Not true.
It is true.
It's not true.
It is true. I know that without even asking. Morning, noon, and night. I sure hope that Jeff's daughter is listening. It's just a joke, sweetheart.
I already told her not to listen.
Don't listen. Don't let her listen. How old is she?
15.
Yeah.
15. And she was out of town all summer, so she didn't get to hear it.
Good.
Thank God.
That's right, because there was a lot of it was all true.
How young is too young?
Yeah.
People realize it's just a radio show.
How young is too young?
Isn't real.
Mm-hmm. No, I just make it up. It's just for fun.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. God, I feel self-conscious now with this schmutz all over my shirt. But I can put like a little sign next to it with an arrow, say, "This schmutz is from Pizza Loft. It was great."
That would be cool.
I don't really care, and I'm not gonna. I have no plans on seeing anybody important today. So you want?
Also, my opinion on the guy on the airplane.
The guy in the airplane?
Yeah, that didn't talk to you.
Nelson.
Nelson, yeah.
Right. He didn't know you were gay, is the bottom line. He must have found that out in between your visits.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Toronto?
Doesn't mean anything.
I've been there. Next to San Francisco, Toronto is probably the gayest city in North America.
Yeah, but if he
and most of the people are there, especially younger people, like in their 20s, like Nelson. The idea that somebody is gay would be so secondary, so meaningless. Unless, of course, they're like, latent or something like that.
Homophobe.
Or, I don't know what he is, nor do I care.
It doesn't make any
Quite
other
frankly,
sense.
that never really crossed my mind because he's just not that interesting to look at. You know what I'm saying? Just a guy. He's just an ordinary run-of-the-mill.
Probably freaked out and didn't know how
Really?
to... Yeah.
Thought that I was like, on the verge of cooties, yeah. Uh-huh. I did leave a couple of cooties on that business card I wrote on that caustic note. That's for you, Nelson, okay? And by the way, somebody else will use those Maple Leaf tickets, okay, sweetheart? And some of you paranoid lunatics over at Air Canada, why don't you get a life, too, while you're at it? Yeah, see, they're part of the problem, too. Because God only knows what kind of crap they told him. Well, Neil Rogers is chasing after you and he wants these interfering with you. Who the hell knows what they said?
Right. Well, that's basically what freaked him out.
So like I said, some of the people at Air Canada, maybe we could get a group deal over there, like a shrink for some of my good friends over there at Air Canada for like spreading all this psychosis and neurosis.
Because it's an innuendo.
Because let's face it, when it comes to the world of perversion, I'm not even in your league. Not even close.
Right, you're way
not
beyond.
Even close.
Way beyond.
I'm trying to catch up at my advanced age, but I don't think you got too much of a head start if you pardon that expression. You want to tell us about that plane trip, the last one you took?
No, I went to a great concert.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, about the plane trip, not the concert.
It was bumpy.
The concert wasn't on the trip. It was bumpy? Yeah. And what about the flight?
Bumpy, too.
Uh-huh. Now, who did you take on that trip? Your daughter's not listening. You just said your daughter's not listening.
It doesn't matter.
How young is too young?
Yeah. And?
Nothing. I don't remember. It was a lot.
You're starting to sound like OJ now. Next thing you know, he'll be coming in there for meals.
Yeah.
He's like, does he come in?
Absolutely.
Now, do you take away the sharp silverware when Roy comes in?
No, he's all right. He eats a lot, man. Got to
he
put
does.
it away.
He does pack it in, man.
Uh-huh.
And the food, too.
Very nice guy.
In fact, you see that instrument over there on the table? We
he wanted to borrow that.
He did borrow it.
Did he?
And we heard
he took it back?
Pack that in, too.
God.
5670560. He did. That's what he said. Those are his words. I'm not making that up. Maybe you'd like
He didn't really take it with him.
What?
He took it with
Roy?
him. Yeah.
There was sitting up, we're talking about the black dildo since this is radio. It was sitting up, you see where the Jack Mark sign is up on that counter there?
Uh-huh.
It was sitting up there. Ryan. I am choking. I'm gagging on it.
Oh, I'll take over. Pizza Loft.
I'm choking on your food. Wouldn't that be a great way to die on the air? I choked
good,
on one of Jeff's meatballs. So anyway, we're sitting up on the counter, and he came in here looking for a free cigar, which is an incredible freeloader for a guy that knows OJ. And he saw the thing sitting up there. Oh, I gotta have that! And he took it out of there, and it was gone for days and days on end. And one day he finally brought it back, looking. And keep in mind, this was taken pristine in virgin condition out of the box.
Doesn't look any longer.
Right, and you can see from there that it's like been well used.
You need to take a baby wipe to it.
Rectum. Yeah. I'm choking on your meatball. I went down the wrong hole. And the meatball, too, yeah. That's what Roy said.
I don't think that good.
I said, what happened to that black thing? He said, it went down the wrong orifice. So anyway, if Jeff Cohen says come by the Pizza Loft, and if you look really hot and you're horny and desperate,
not true.
He'll be more than happy to hook you up. And all you guys out there, bring your hot wives. All you people that are getting nervous about the swing clubs, forget about them because they're raiding those joints. But if you come by Jeff, he's got this special room in the back.
Yeah.
What? You know what?
You're going to put me out of business?
No, I'll put you in business. I'll increase your business 10,000-fold. All the people that are paranoid about the swing clubs, they'll come over there. Jeff's Pizza Loft, Pizza and Swing Club.
We do have the empty store next door.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pizza's just a front.
I say go for it.
Uh-huh.
For a good pizza ass, come by the Loft.
Our new slogan.
Yeah.
Neil says. For
Right. Neil says for a good pizza ass. Not the biggest, not the fastest, just the squirt, most used.
There you go.
Okay, get out of here, you're a pervert. Okay, there's Jeff going out. Did you mention any names before?
I don't have any names.
You said there's some people in the media, some hot young chicks with big breasts
and
great ass. You said that.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
I said there's some good-looking girls in the media that I would like to date.
And they won't get
because
near
you have done these
because
rumors and innuendo about me. They would not even want to be seen with me, and I don't blame them.
Why not?
What you say.
Well, you don't care about being seen with them.
Well, it's kind of hard to go out and not be seen.
Okay, like I said, time to turn the mic off. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This guy's worse than Don Cherry. This is on the second, and Al Goldstein. Third time I had to dump a guest. I don't even have any guests. He says crap on the air, okay? He's so embarrassed by the truth. And in closing, Jeff wants to know...
How young is too young?
Okay. Excuse us. Yeah, please. Well, now you ought to be all set. Here's a lady in North Miami. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm a first-time listener.
Let me apologize. I apologize for joking.
It's me. Okay, listen. I love you. I can't get enough of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen. Okay, I wanted to comment on the baseball thing. Right? Okay. This is what I'm thinking. Right? I'm. Oh my God. Come on. I'm thinking that instead of spending all this money on this baseball stuff, right? Okay, there's these children in other countries that are starving to death, and we should get these.
What about the ones in this country?
No, okay, those two.
Forget about other countries.
Okay, those two. No. Okay. What you do is you take the country that's starving worst first. Okay, you help them all, right? We get these people hospital equipment. We teach them to live off the land, however that we can. You know, whatever the land is good for, and we help these little babies have
legs.
What are you
talking about?
Listen, they have legs as big as my finger, okay? They need help. They got ribs showing, right?
Yeah, Jeff Collins says he's got a leg as big as your finger, too.
Oh, no, you did not.
I believe it.
What? So don't you, instead of we have all this money, we can help our country, we can help other countries, too. Don't you think?
Yeah, okay. Have a great day, sweetheart. Get out of here. Don't ever call me again. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. I'm still gagging on that. Great meatballs, by the way. Great food at the Pizza Loft. Plus, where else can you get this great entertainment? By the way, Jeff came in to closely inspect that black instrument that he's diddling with. Here's Cutler Ridge. Hello. Make some more noise, Jeff. Cutler Ridge. Hello. Okay, nice talking to you. Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Okay.
So you were talking about Tiny before, and it made me think of something. I just wanted to call and say hi. But my dogs, when you start talking, my two dogs in my room outside my house, they'll sit in front of the little radio, and they pray you. They love you. They can't get. They sit there and they just. But
I'm big with dogs. Not too big with people, but dogs love me.
Now listen to this. I'll leave, and they'll be so calm and docile, and you just put them in this trance, right?
Yeah.
I come back, I leave you on for them so they can hear you. You know, you're like Uncle Neil. You watch the dogs for me, and then I'll come back, and Hank will be talking. They are so neurotic.
Yeah.
As soon as I get in, I shut off the radio.
Hank's not big on dogs.
I shut Hank off. And the dogs, you could just feel they're so freaked out. They get so neurotic. I'm surprised they don't start ripping out their hair like they do when you leave them with your mom. You were telling the story one time.
Okay, have a great day, pal. I'll see you at Animal Control. Call and say hi to Bob Barker, too, while you're at it. God.
If you blow too much, you're in trouble.
Okay, let me just preempt a bit. I'm not even going to play one right now because I'm so, this is so amazing to me. You just heard that promo? 3:30 to 7:30, we have our 4 hours of herniatic Dolphin coverage for the exhibition game this Friday. Countdown to kickoff. And then at 7:30, I don't understand this. The whole game is on Waxy, 790, and the first half is only on QAM. But then at 9:30 on QAM, we have to join the Marlin Padre game from San Diego. So at that point, we'll say, oh, tune over to 790 right now and hear the rest of the Dolphin game because we got a real important Marlin game on for San Diego. You know something, John Henry? I'm going to tell you something. When you pack up the Marlins and leave town, we're going to throw a big party. Because then maybe we'll get paid on time around this place. What's the albatross around our neck? Is it the Dolphins?
No.
Is it the Panthers?
No.
It's the Marlins. The Marlins are the one. That's why this station sued them, and they sued back, and everybody's suing everybody else, because it's an albatross around our neck. Even Stanley Dancer never saw an albatross like this one. Even Bert James from Windsor, Ontario, never saw an albatross like this. Right, Jeff James? That's right. F&A. 5670560, pound 560. How do you like that? I had a dump ponytail. I had to dump Jeff Cohen here on the air because he said crap. Nice going, Jeff. And the purpose of his sitting down there, he wanted to prove that he's not a pervert so he can go out with these chicks from the media. And I have to dump him because he says on the air. Yeah, nice job, sweetheart. Here's Deerfield Beach. Hello?
Yes, Neil. Can you give me some progress on Darryl Strawberry, how he's swinging his bat?
Yeah, okay, swing this. Here's Deerfield Beach. Hello?
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know, you are absolutely correct, sir, about the punks with the Mustangs. You know, it is so true that 9 out of 10 people that own a newer model Mustang GT are young punks. They don't know how to drive.
With a very small penis, right.
Exactly. What they do, Neil, is they'll go to the dealership, they'll finance the car for 5 or 6 years because they don't have any money. Okay? Then they'll take every penny that they have, they'll put it into the engine to try to make it as fast as a Corvette, and all they're left with is a fast car with zero handling capabilities.
That still looks like a piece of crap. Looks like a
piece
cheap car.
of crap. It has zero sophistication.
Right.
Okay? And if they do manage to pay the car off before they wreck it, which is very doubtful, then all they have left is a piece of crap with a blue book value of about $20 and $25 if it's convertible.
Right.
You know, and that's the truth. Very few people. There's a few girls who drive Mustang convertibles, but the ones with the newer model GTs.
I'll tell you what. You show me a girl that drives a Mustang, and I'll show you a real loser. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, there's a few. I mean, they can't afford a Corvette. I have a 94 Corvette.
I'll show you a LIT, a lesbian in training.
I have a 94 Corvette with a 6-speed, and it'll roast any stock Mustang out there. It's even faster than the 99 Cobras. Okay, and the thing handles great. I mean, it's everything you could ever want. The Bose Gold stereo, you know, I mean, you just can't beat it. And after these kids, after they put all this money into this car, like I said, they're end up with a piece of crap. They might as well just went out and bought a Corvette in the first place and have a real car.
That's right.
You know, and they get all upset about it. Just like the religious people, they won't admit reality. They'll defend it to the end, and you're going to start getting some calls. Thank you very much.
Okay, God bless you, sir. I'll see you out there on Sheridan and 441. Okay, pal, right by the mobile station there. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a call in the Gables. Hello.
Hey, Neil, I got a Mustang, man, and anytime, any place, I'll take your wussy Corvette.
Yeah,
anytime you want
and by the way, that's the other thing. People that drive Mustangs, they live in the Gables, a lot of them, too. Losers.
What's wrong with Coral Gables?
What's wrong with it?
It's one of the nicest places.
Oh, my God. Most of the people there, I think, need psychiatric assistance in the Gables.
Anytime, any place.
Okay, good luck to you, pal. Okay, there's an adult. He sounded like he was older than, 15. And he not only owns one, he admits it in public. I'm pretty embarrassed for you, sir. Nice going, pal. Took a lot of balls to admit that. Anybody over the age of 21, by the way, who drives a Mustang, now there is a person who really hasn't either outgrown his childhood or he's just a schlepper, one or the other. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Here's Plantation. Hello. Okay, nice hearing from you, too. Here's a mobile in Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Appreciate you trying to keep it real today. The reason why I don't own a Mustang is because when I drive by and pass somebody, I don't want to look like a horse's, you know what.
Ass, yeah.
Let me talk to you about this situation here. One thing I can't understand about the sports world in South Florida, they just raised the Dolphins tickets 20% for season tickets, and they don't even sell out. And the Marlins brother, the Marlins suck. How could we possibly consider a stadium one the worst they've ever been?
Right.
At least they should have done that after they won the series.
And again, the timing is inexplicable. If Wayne had any brains at all, you know, after they win the World Series, right there, you take the euphoria of the moment. The whole town is behind them. Everybody's, and Levon's, I love you, Miami, all this bullcrap. That's when you go for the goddamn stadium, not after you've given the town 2 years of abject misery, the worst Little League crap in the history of mankind. Nobody is showing up. There is no interest whatsoever. And now you say,
absolutely right.
Go ahead.
You get 10 people anywhere in the same room that won't admit they suck. The Marlins suck.
Right.
How can we
even the guys on the
team,
even the 25 guys on the team will tell you they suck.
Who are these people that want to build this stadium?
I'm not hearing from them. I have no idea.
I don't understand it. There's something that I don't understand about the 2% rich people that try to make the decisions for the real sports people like us.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Have a good day.
And have a great life. Oh.
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line, 23 till 1 at QAM.
Okay, fucking blow.
Introducing the 1993 Camaro. From the country that invented rock and roll. Camaro. From the country that gave you Jimi Hendrix. Camaro. From the country that gave you heroin addiction. Camaro. From the country that gave you living fast and dying young, preferably by choking to death on your own vomit. Camaro. The car for low-rent losers who'll never own a Corvette.
You know, and I'll be honest with you, I'd rather have a Camaro any day of the week than a Mustang. I'll tell you that right now, because at least a Camaro's a nice-looking car. It's sharp. People don't look at a Camaro and say, oh, man, what an infant. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. We got 600 open lines on the board and probably one more than that, because this one says the mobile in West Palm who just got a ticket. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil, I had to hang up before because I was getting pulled over and got a ticket, so I just called you back. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But that's not why I called.
What were you doing, about 90 and a 30?
Let's see, 95 and a 70, and the guy says that he paced me, then he scratched it out and put radar. So I'm going to try and beat that.
95?
Yeah.
Oh, you must have been on I-95, right? Because that's
Exactly. I wish.
Keep that in mind, by the way. Whatever highway you're on, that's the speed limit. I-95, it's 95. 75, it's 75. And I-595, look out.
I was hoping you were going to pick me up, because I swear to God, I was going to hand the phone to the cop and have you speak to him, but you didn't pick up.
Yeah, you better watch it, though.
Hey, I know.
It could be good news or it could be really bad news.
Yeah, but it would have made for an adventurous day.
Yeah, true.
So, all right, listen, this is why I'm calling you. There are some real jackasses in this town. I'm a big sports fan. I go to the Dolphins, got season tickets to the Heat, go to at least 10 Panther games, had season tickets to the Marlins until after the World Series when they dismantled the team. So I'm telling you, I'm a sports fan, and I would be one of the people that would actually support building the stadium. But you got to be a moron if you're going to build a stadium with what's going on around the country. Take away our problems of building schools and just look at it, even if you want, from a minimal sports standpoint. Look at Seattle. They just built a new stadium. They went $100 million over budget, and they're asking the taxpayers to pick that up, even though there was a contract that already said that the owner would take any overcharges on the stadium. You know what he's saying now, Neil? That Griffey's got to go. Hello?
I'm listening.
Oh, Griffey's going to go. Rodriguez is going to go.
Yeah.
So you tell me, with the South Florida sports mentality, when the team starts to suck like they do right now and people don't start showing up after we shelled out all this money.
Sir, I know what you're getting excited about, okay? It's not important. We survived for years without it. Having a Major League Baseball team doesn't enhance any way the reputation of the city, the image of the city, the quality of your life, my life. It doesn't make the education system any better. It doesn't make the roads any better. It doesn't make it a safer, more livable place. It doesn't stop people from blowing each other's brains out. It does nothing to it. And this is all propaganda done by a bunch of selfish, greedy, billionaire bastards who want to suck us into believing that we have to subsidize their fun and games.
It's a waste of money, Neil. Right. I'm telling you. I mean, if they're going to do something to appease baseball fans here, take one of the freaking how many stadiums there are right now.
Sir, we don't have any baseball fans here. Don't you understand that?
Right.
We don't have enough real baseball fans to support a major league team. We never did have.
I agree with you because I'm a sports fan and I think baseball sucks.
And slow down. Okay, and he's got his radio, he's turning up, squeezing it a little bit. Just slow down, pal, okay? Doing 95 and a 70, he's calling here and he's crying about it. Slow down, okay, pal? You're a little bit too whipped up and excited. Worked up and pissed out. 567-0560, pound 560. Look at this, 600 open lines on the board here now. We finally got a little momentum. We had Jeff Cohen in here telling all kinds of obscene stories, had a bleep of damn air. And this audience is dead as a frickin' doornail again. God, is this town just terminal, unbelievable. I'll sit here and wait. I'll just sit here and we'll leave dead air and wait, or we'll just play JT's favorite. Just mess with it once, sweetheart. You know that letter you got? You can wipe your rectum. What a taco. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one liners. All of a sudden, just out of nowhere, they decided, well, we're going on strike now. Well, you know what? That's for you. That's for the South Florida audience. No matter what it is. Well, of course, we did pretty good there on that 1% sales tax. And like I said a couple of days ago, they kind of shot their load on that. You got to let them, regenerate a little bit. Give them a chance to relax for, go back into La La Land for a little while. Sit around in the sun, hot sunshine. Yeah, do a little bit of that. And then maybe, just maybe, they'll whip up a little bit of energy again. Don't count on it, but maybe. We can hope. Here's a mobile in Cocoa Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Now you know why I moved out of Broward County, man. Cocoa Beach, that's the place to move.
That's where it's at?
I lived 15 years in Sunrise.
Oh!
Worked for all the old ladies in Sunrise Lakes. Then I moved to Palm Beach.
Yeah.
The parents that live in Palm Beach are from the people that live in Sunrise Lakes.
Right.
So,
and the parents of the people in Palm Beach live over in St. Pete. And their parents live in Fort Myers. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a long-time listener. I never called you. First time I listened to you was back in '79 when the shuttle blew up.
Right.
And that tall Stan Major was coming right behind you. I miss him. Where is he at?
Beats the hell out of me. He's still living on that $2,000 I loaned him.
I thought it was only $50.
$2,000. Now it's about $20,000 now. Listen, have a great life, pal.
Thanks.
567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. And by the way, Nick and Jeff in 98 Degrees are not brothers. Whoever told me they were brothers? I just read the damn liner notes. They're not brothers. Who's spreading all this propaganda? Who doesn't know their goddamn music? That's what bothers me about this town. Nobody in this town knows music, which is why when you turn on the FM, you want to puke your guts out. Yeah, the worst music in history you'll find on the FM in this market. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anybody over 50 who owns a Corvette's got to be a fag.
Yeah.
I forgot. You're a fag.
Uh-huh. And when does a good material start, pal? Is that the best material that a Mustang driver can get?
Huh?
I rest my case. Sick Judge Judy on that idiot, okay? See, one thing about the Mustang, this guy, again, he's more than 21. And he's embarrassed. That's why he's so pissed off. He's embarrassed because he knows that any guy over the age of 21, it's a kid's car when you're 18, 19, one of your early cars, It's a Mustang. And you juice it all up, and make it real fast. See, first of all, let me just tell you this. I was just telling Joe Costello. And by the way, Joe Costello apologizes that auto racing show of his on Saturday morning is causing a lot of people to die. And he apologizes, but he needs the money. But very seriously, when somebody goes into a dealership and says, I want to buy this car because it's real fast, a speed freak, which is usually young guys or guys with a very, very tiny penis or who are impotent or both. Those people, we ought to have the goddamn speed demon police standing by. The sales guy stalls around for a couple of minutes, and all of a sudden the speed demon police come screeching in, take the guy's driver's license away permanently. Because that guy is going to kill some people sooner or later, probably sooner. You show me a guy that buys cars because they're fast, and I'll show you a danger to our highways. I'll tell you that right now. Now, just because I have an NSX and 2 Corvettes, don't assume, and because I did have 2 Ferraris and a Porsche, don't assume that because I had all those cars that I'm a speed demon, because I'm not. They happen to be great cars. And the thing of it is, if you have a car that can go fast, the feel under your foot, that's what it's all about. The feel under your foot. See, I'm glad Joe left the room because he gets nervous when he hears about the feel under your foot, because he starts conjuring up images of what it might be under your foot, and he gets real nervous with that foot fetish, that anti-foot fetish. And knowing that you've got the power under your foot, that's what it's all about. The feel behind the wheel and the power under your foot, that's what it's all about. Not being a child out there and saying, oh, mine is bigger. It's a locker room thing. Mine is bigger than yours is. Mine is faster than yours is. So all the drag racing is for a bunch of overgrown children. It's for adolescents, which is why the Mustang people are obsessed with that, because it's a car for adolescents. And people with juvenile minds. Real adults don't buy Mustangs. Real adults, by the way. In fact, I never see kids driving Corvettes. Ever. I mentioned the other day that, you know, we have this kind of fraternity, Corvette people. I'm talking about the friendly ones, not the assholes, which there's a lot of those, but the friendly ones. And you see a guy and you give him the thumbs up, or you wave, or you honk the horn, and you flip the lights, whatever you do, because people who are adults drive Corvettes. And it's not that expensive. It's $40,000. Yeah, for a punk like you, it may be expensive, but $40,000. I'm not talking about like $70,000 and $80,000 for those other expensive cars, for those overpriced hotshot imports. Who the hell needs to spend $80,000 for a car when for $40,000 you get a fantastic Corvette? It's a beautiful thing. It looks great. It feels great. It rides great. They got the rattles and all the bumps and all that crap out of there a couple of years ago. What's not to like? And so when you're driving around the highway and you look to see who's driving that vet, it won't be some punk. It won't be some prepubescent punk going through a second childhood sitting there. It'll be some middle-aged or old fag like me going through a third childhood. That's who it'll be. And so you can talk about fags all you want, pal, but this fag's got 299 Corvettes. How you doing, my heterosexual friend? How you driving it? Where are you driving it?
Rectum.
Yeah, figured. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
How you doing, Dale?
Okay, sir.
Great show.
Children with little play toys, killing people on the road.
For my butt off. But the thing that's getting to me, Neil, is the fact here that they want a new stadium. They can't put anybody in anything. They should move them over to the old Yankee Stadium in Fort Lauderdale.
Mm-hmm.
That's about what this team is worth anyway.
Yeah, they might fill it up.
Yeah, I'm originally from up north, and up there we have Shea Stadium, which is falling apart, but you don't hear people complaining about it. Fenway, which is falling down, everybody loves it. We still get 40,000 out
Yeah,
of
but
it.
that's history, Fenway. They're going to replace it.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame. It really is. I was crying when they tore down the Boston Garden. And I just wanted to say...
Yeah, you got to admire all those neat people disguised as yellow seats in the Fleet Center.
Yeah, you got to love it. Yeah, you're right.
Every Bruins game, man, all you got to do is watch on TV, and there's all those people disguised as empty yellow seats.
Yeah, I got you there. I mean, I love the old garden where you couldn't see. You'd be sitting behind a pole, you know. That was,
just like in Toronto, man. Maple Leaf Gardens was 1 in a million. It was the greatest place to watch a hockey game in the world, and now they got the Air Canada Center. It's as sterile as the inside of an oxygen tent.
Yeah, well, I just want to. I'm actually a Ranger fan, and I finally got my cup, and I'm wishing that someday you get your cup. Hopefully this year.
Yeah. Well, I still got my 4. I'm an old fart, so I still got the 4 I'm squeezing.
Okay.
Have a great day, pal.
I don't remember. Take care.
Yeah. I remember. Let's talk some old Leaf hockey, huh? Let's do that. You want to do that?
No.
That'll be the end of the show. Come on, let's talk about Bobby Pulford and Dick Duff and Davey Keon and Frank Mahavlich and Bill Stewart and, what was his name? Ron Stewart. And Billy Harris. Let's do that. Johnny Bauer, Terry Sawchuk, Don Simmons. Who? What? What is he talking about? By the way, Nelson, how's those hockey tickets coming, okay?
Paranoid, delusional.
567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. See, I'm gonna become a hermit from now on. I'm not talking about my life as far as I enjoy it. I'm just talking about when I go to a public place, I'm just gonna be a hermit. Like at the airport, put blinders on. Don't talk to me, I won't look at you. I'm just here to get on a goddamn plane, okay? That's all. Just leave me the hell alone. And that goes for all my psychotic good friends at Air Canada, too, okay? Get yourself some psychiatric help, okay? Get a life would be a good start. All you silly fagelers over there. Here's West Palm Beach. Hello?
Yes, hello, Neil.
Speaking.
Yes, I had a Corvette, man. It was a piece of crap. Then I bought a Mustang, man. It's the best car ever.
You know what? It sounds crap.
94.
Crap attracts crap, pal. Sounds like you would fit in a Mustang like OJ's hand in that glove. Just slip it right in there, baby. 567-0560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You're saying that the city of Miami is dead?
Yeah, okay. Let's talk to some real people, okay? Not people that sound like they just came out of a goddamn drunken stupor. Let's talk to some real people who can really speak the language, all right? That's going to be a prerequisite on the show from this moment on. I'm tired of talking to inarticulate people. What? What you be speaking, man? Speak English. Articulate. Move your lips a little bit, okay? Take your teeth out of the fizzy glass and stick them in your mouth a little bit before you make a phone call to a radio show. To a high-paid show like this one, where maybe tomorrow I'll get my goddamn bonus. Maybe.
Only $50.
But who knows with this outfit. Oh, I can already envision what's going to happen here tomorrow. Oh, they're overnighting it today. Remember that last time I had a problem a couple of months ago? And they were overnighting. Well, the FedEx guy forgot to pick up the package, or whoever it was. Not FedEx. What's the other one? The Airborne Express guy. Forgot to pick up the package. Yeah, right. These people have got more goddamn stories than Carter's got pills. And let me say it again. If I were Greg Reed, which thank God I'm not, I would bring Neil Rogers' bonus check and his paycheck in here on a silver platter. And I'm not asking for it on a silver platter. I'm just asking for it when it's due. Wow. Boy, he sure is a pain in the ass, ain't he? He wants to get paid when he's supposed to get paid. What a prick he is. It's 12:56 at 560 WQM, your bankrupt station for the 90s.
Sports radio, guys with me. It's the 1 to 2 hour.
Hey guys, have you ever wanted to tell your girlfriend what's really on your mind? Like when she asks, "Do these pants make me look fat?" Well, now you can with the Mr. Hanky message service.
Hello?
Howdy ho! I hear that you're having a little weight problem.
Excuse me?
That's right. You got more chins than a Chinese stone dog.
What the fuck are you talking about?
With the Mr. Hanky message service, you can get it all off your chest, and she'll never even know it's you.
My gosh, your pussy stinks. I can smell it all the way over here.
You little motherfucker, I'll kill you, you piece of shit.
If her ass is getting big, let her know. Call 1-800-HANKY-1.
Okay, 102 at 560 WQ. Hanky 2, Hanky Goldberg over here too from in the studio. And then we got Donnie B talking that baseball crap, and we got the Giant. No, not is it? Yeah, the Giants again. Oh, and tomorrow we got a ball game at 12:30. By the way, we're preempted the last hour and a half. Let's have a damn party at Mommy's house tomorrow. Let's hear it.
Oh!
Out of here nice and early. 567. Oh, and by the way, during the news, news. Right? Do we have news on this station?
No.
What a joke that is. During a commercial break, somebody called in who said they don't want to be identified on the air, didn't want to speak on the air. Somebody who recognized his voice. Obviously a Ford dealer. He says that one thing that Mustang drivers all have in common, everyone who drives a Mustang suffers from genital warts. Okay? So when you walk up to somebody in a Mustang, or just, stop alongside somebody in a Mustang like at a stoplight, just roll the window down and say, "Hey pal, what's new?" And then get back in the car real quick and lock the doors. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Kendall. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Speaking of all this insanity with the stadium, total insanity, how about playing that baseball bit? I think it's the one with Darryl Strawberry sniffing bowling balls.
Sniffing bowling balls?
Yeah, sniffing bowling balls.
Sniffing balls, yeah.
Yeah. You can play that bit?
No. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT. I didn't know Darryl Strawberry sniff balls, huh? Maybe that's why he wants to get back in the locker room real quick. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Works new. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Listen, I had a 1967 Mustang.
Yeah.
Brand new.
Well, 67 was a real car.
1967.
Yeah, that was okay.
And I have to take exception to you comparing an organ size to an acorn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hung like a Mustang.
Yeah.
Horses wish they have what I have.
Uh-huh.
In the shower, I looked down.
Like a horse's ass, I think is what you're talking about.
Rectum.
Yeah, he's got one of those. From head to toe. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Some desperate people with some real stale material today, boy. You can smell it all the way over here. Here's a payphone in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
Okay, sir.
Listen, two things. People that drive Mustangs are only greasy guineas.
And the other thing about baseball is like for people that are over 70, have nothing to do on a Saturday afternoon, and just sit home and fall asleep between innings.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I tried sitting through a baseball game once, and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
You know, I woke up.
Well, now that you mention it, the idea of watching an entire baseball game, I was thinking this the other day when I was channel surfing on a small dish. The idea of watching an entire baseball game from start to finish is so unacceptable to me that I can't imagine that anybody could do it.
Hey, Neil, can I call somebody a douchebag?
No. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line, which is why you'll notice, even with the early 7:05 start, even in games that are close, that are competitive, when it gets to be about the 6th or about the 7th inning, you watch on those very rare occasions when they pulled back and the camera showed you the wide-angle shot and you can see the 1,500 people that are left in the stadium. You take a look at how many people are left there, baby. Somebody gave them the tickets or somebody sucked them into buying the tickets already, so they felt they had to use them, but don't expect them to hang around too long. That's how scintillating it is. That's how captivating it is. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Davey. Hello.
Hey, how you going, Neil?
Yes, sir.
If I would talk a little bit of hockey.
Why?
Well, you like the Maple Leafs?
Yeah.
Oh, Brent Chemlack, Toll Blade.
Yeah, okay, great. 5670560, Harold Ballard, Foster Hewitt. That's pretty interesting. That's a great conversation, a list of names. That's really talking hockey, baby. How about Brian Glennie, huh? How about Spinner Spencer? How about Eddie Shack, Red Kelly? Yeah, now we're talking some real hockey. A list of names. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Aren't I?
No.
No. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Yeah, Neil, how are you? Good
Okay,
afternoon.
sir.
We're just wondering at your radio station and how many people it reaches. Why these Beasleys don't have an 800 number?
Because they're cheap. It's nothing complicated. The same reason I don't have my bonus check today when it was due, because they're cheap and because they don't want to spend any dime that they don't have to.
But an 800 number is not even expensive. I have friends of mine that have them in their home.
Yeah.
I mean,
how embarrassing is that? Let me try to because maybe you missed this story earlier. Okay? One of our people that works off the air here went to Office Depot yesterday.
Yes.
He was picking up a few odds and ends, like staples and things like that, and he brought a mouse pad for $1.58. Okay?
What's a mouse pad?
For a computer, for sitting under your mouse.
Okay.
You put it under your mouse if you have one.
Yeah.
And so he brings it back, and our we call her the water Nazi, the office manager, the Ava Brown of the place, who talks like this because she smokes too many cigarettes. She said, "Don't ever do that again. We have plenty of those." This cost $1.58. I'm not making a story up, sir. And she bitched him out and cussed him out because he had the audacity to spend $1.58 of the company's money on a mouse pad. Do you get the message now?
You guys are cheap.
Now you got it.
Whoa, can't Greg Reed help?
Oh, yeah. There you go. There's a rocket scientist playing Mr. Big Shot with the Beasleys and his wife's money. Yeah, Greg Reed, he's going to dig down deep. And you know what he comes up with when he digs down deep? Oh! Yeah, that. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a call from Rhode Island. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
What the hell's wrong with you? The Mustang's an American icon.
Yeah.
Those rattly piece of crap
Yeah,
Chevy Camaros.
so is Wyatt Earp. How's he doing, huh?
Pontiac Firebirds. How come
Yeah.
the Camaro and the Firebird are discontinued?
Well, let me ask you, how many Corvettes have you owned?
I haven't owned any. I've owned.
So how do you know about them?
Because I know people that own them. They rattle.
No, they don't. They got the rattles out. I hate to break the news to you, my screaming hysterical friend who doesn't know what he's talking about. The last 2 years, every single last rattle is gone from the Corvette.
Oh, you got lucky because it costs $8,000 to get a tune-up on that hunk of metal crap.
Sir, let me say it again. There's nothing like having an asshole call in who doesn't know what he's talking about. It doesn't cost $8,000, in addition to which you don't get a tune-up on a Corvette. Passé, history, nobody gets a tune-up anymore, okay? I hate to break the news to you, sir. You're a little bit confused with the news. You don't know your ass from your elbow. Calls allegedly from Rhode Island on his dime to argue a big song and a dance. You talk about something important, and you sit here and I pump the numbers and can't buy a goddamn phone call. But you get on here and argue about, mine is bigger than yours is, or some stupid crap like that. And all these jackasses like him call all the way from Rhode Island and tell me how he has a Mustang. I wouldn't announce it, pal. I'd keep it a secret. Somebody your age. That would be like saying you got a Roy Foster blow-up doll, Even he'd be embarrassed. I'd enjoy it.
Get the Hoover out the moon, man.
Well, you can tell by the way the people stare that Travolta man with longer hair. It's all time back. Harder days are over like the disco craze, but he's still alright. He's still okay. His simple chin won't go away. He's still got his baby blues, but he ain't got his dancing shoes. And Johnny isn't leaving because his career is beaming and staying alive, staying alive. Nothing is weird as he ain't even theaters, but he's staying alive, staying alive. Ha, 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 staying alive, staying alive. Ha, 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 ha.
114 at 560 WQM, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. We're taking a poll today, by the way. Anybody want tax money for the new stadium? We've talked to 1,683 people, and every one of them said no. Each and every one, including John Henry called in. Here's Hialeah. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
Okay.
I wanted to voice this. I don't know if anybody else has brought it up. That supposedly, if the new stadium is built, then the fans of the Dolphins are going to want their own stadium too. You know?
What does that mean? The Dolphins already have their own stadium.
Right, but one with a retractable top.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? We build it for the Marlins.
Yeah, okay. Build this. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. One of your people, by the way. Here's a lady in North Miami. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. My name's Esther. I sent a letter to Neil today.
And I read it this morning on air on your fax.
And I want to thank you for that.
It was great.
And the other thing is, you know, keep pushing these people. Keep knocking their heads together, whatever the hell it takes.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for this guy.
I love the people that call and say, oh, well, we understand it's already a done deal. There were people saying the same thing about the penny sales tax, and they were going to find some other way to do it. That's baloney. I mean, when you take a defeatist attitude like that, that's like just throwing the towel and saying, okay, you go ahead and do whatever you want with our money, and we'll just sit back and take it.
How about some better schools and hospitals and roads? That's what we really need.
And how about
we
some storm sewers out there in West Broward, out by the acres where I live? We don't have to have a flood every day.
I really don't need all that nonsense.
Right.
Don't want it. Don't even have small kids.
And the overwhelming majority of us wouldn't go. That's the point. The idea that this is some kind of a public project that's for the public benefit, it's a private business. It's like a restaurant, a grocery store, a gas station. It's a private business.
Right. And why should we subsidize them?
Right.
And we're not really getting anything out of it. I mean, look at this supposed wonderful build-up that they gave for PP Stadium. Nothing happened there. I mean,
I said that this morning. Take a look at the area. Has there been any revitalization there?
No.
Is there a shopping center on Eckerd's,
No.
Walgreens, and anything?
No.
Not a damn thing. But anyway, I just wanted to thank you.
Okay, Esther, keep it up.
You have a good one.
And don't forget what John Henry said.
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
See ya. Bye. He just keeps saying that over and over again. You want to know why?
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
Because he must be both of the above. To think that we're going to get sucked into this because the newspaper is putting editorial in there. Oh, this is wonderful. Bring the ballpark to Broward. When in doubt, hammer it out. Hammer this. Yeah. Hammer it out. Even a hammer ain't buying it. You know what I'm talking about? That's right. The hammer says stick it to you.
That was funny.
Right up your ass. With your goddamn bullcrap at the Sun Sentinel. Gee, you know, wouldn't it be great? I mean, what a breath of fresh air if we had like an alternative, like a real news. I'm not talking about CityLink and New Times because nobody reads those, unfortunately. But I'm talking about like the Village Voice, like an alternative newspaper in this town where they had some guys with some balls who weren't owned by the establishment who actually told it like it was. Who had the guts to step out and say, you know, if we had casinos here the last 15 or 20 years, we wouldn't have to worry about where the money was coming from for education and roads and whatever else, and venues and whatever else you want to build. We'd be up to our goddamn eyebrows in money. Oh, we don't want that. And if you're not sure, just read both the local newspapers. They'll tell you every 5 or 6 weeks just to make sure that we don't want that. That evil one-eyed bandit. Here's Coral Gables. Hello.
Coral Gables.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how you doing?
Okay.
You sound all worked up, and that's good. Neil, I was in Toronto a few weeks ago, and I needed a haircut late in the day.
Yes.
What do I find in the phone book but Neil's haircutting?
Uh-huh.
On Queen Street. I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's a lot of queens in Toronto.
I had a 66
Mostly
Mustang.
on Church Street.
I had a 66 Mustang when I was a kid, but today I'd kill for a 66 Corvette.
67 would be good. Stingray?
67, straight window.
There you go.
Oi.
It's the only thing straight I'd have.
Have a nice day.
And back to you. See, on Church Street, isn't it ironic that all the queens are on Church Street in Toronto, huh? Just like having a red light district around the old church in Amsterdam. Anybody going to church there?
No.
There are a lot of people on their knees, though, in that area. 56705. No chance. Andy from Hollywood, you're good with that whining voice. You're starting to crack your voice like a pre-adolescent. And keep in mind, this guy just got married a few weeks ago, allegedly, to that poor unsuspecting broad. Why did you listen to me? No, the answer is still no. You're an asshole. You're a simpleton. You're a moron. Even the people in the audience who don't know who you are, they hate you like poison. They have Andy from Hollywood voodoo dolls. They wish that they could stick your ass at the top of a volcano just before it erupts. You could be the lava poster boy, Andy. And we're not talking about soap either, but don't drop it. He probably does drop it when his buddy Greg comes down from Port St. Lucie. 5670560. I hear they're bunk butt buddies is what I hear. And pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Naples. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know, the 9899 Vet, it looks an awfully lot like the 1990 Acura NSX. Does that bother you that you're driving a rip-off?
No, it doesn't look anything like an NSX. Is that it? That's the end of his material? Yeah, no, it doesn't bother me at all. I have no problems with any of my cars. And I hate to break the news to you, but I also do have an NSX just for assholes like you that would want to bring it up. They don't look anything at all alike. Now, one thing I will say, none of the above look anything like a Mustang, thank God. I mean, you know, so it's fast. I mean, if you're willing to sacrifice the looks of a car and the respect of the public, and you want to drive a car that at least you can soup up and make fast, great, you got it. And people are driving by and they're going, oh, there's a loser in a Mustang. Must be about 16 years old. And I don't begrudge any of you young guys out there, 16, like I said, it's like a training bra. Everybody's got to start somewhere. It's a good beginning automobile. 16, 18, 19. Once you're 20, at that point, that's when you think of unloading that piece of crap and getting a real car. Something real. Like even a Geo would be a step up at that point. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Hyundai would be like 2 steps up. Here's Delray Beach. Hello.
Neil, what's
yes,
happening?
Sir.
Sound like Andy from Hollywood had his nuts up in his rectum, huh?
Yeah, his voice is starting to crack a lot.
I just want to get my 2 cents to all these people out on the road, man. I'm driving around every day.
Yeah.
Listen, people, you got to move it, all right? Don't be stopping at green lights, slowing down 20 miles an hour. Figure out where you want to go, then get in your car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't take it no more. That's why there's road rage out there. Sometimes I'm on the road, I feel like killing some of these people.
Mm-hmm. I'll take some license numbers down, pal. Okay, I'm waiting. I was waiting for the grade A stuff. It never came. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
Hey, Neil. I was driving near Coconut Grove. I saw something off the side of the road that almost made me have an accident.
Yeah.
There's a billboard right on Bird Road and Dixie Highway, right off Bird Road. It says Que Pasa in sports. It's all in Spanish. It has a picture of a guy that looks just like you.
Yeah.
I almost ran off the road because I thought you were going to be doing like some Spanish sports talk show.
Oh, it's out of the bag, I guess. Yeah, that's going to be on Waffen.
I swear, you better call your lawyer, man. They're like ripping off your likeness. I think these Julio sports nerds are going to start doing a circle jerk when they see that, thinking that you're going to be, talking Marlins baseball in Espanol or something.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to let you know that.
Okay. Muchas gracias. Better grab that other call. It might be Ed McMahon in Espanol. It might be Nelson. 5670560, pound 5. Well, I heard it's a big Cuban name. And pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. That's what George always says in between writing the numbers down on a yellow legal pad and reading CityLink magazine. And screaming at people that don't like him. That's all right. Once he gets back from North Carolina, his brains will be like all aired out. He'll get some fresh air up there, maybe. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, hi, Neil. Change of pace here, if
Yeah.
I could. I'd appreciate if you could play that song.
That's not a change of pace. That's a request. That's not a phone call. Don't say it's a change of pace when it's a request.
sitting on the park.
You know, of course not. I'm not going to play sitting on a bench in Delray. It's not sitting on a park. Put it in park, okay, pal? Get out, go over to the side of the road, sit down on the ground, contemplate your navel, and just, get a life. Go to change of pace. Could you play sitting on a park in Uranus? No, I don't think so. But have a nice life. God. 5670560, #5. He must also have genital awards. He don't even have a Mustang. He can't afford one. He probably takes the bus. We don't want to make fun of you people who ride the bus, but we are. We're laughing at you. Here's a North Miami Beach call. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Great.
Listen,
what do you think about people who ride the bus? See, you started laughing already.
Listen, I got a couple of comments to make on the stadium issue that you were talking about.
Yeah.
I am all for a new stadium for the Florida Marlins, and I don't mind supporting it. I don't mind paying my hard-earned money.
Well, great. You go ahead and you pay for it then.
I don't mind doing it, and I'm sure there's some people out there that don't mind too. Everybody knows the song and dance. I won't get into it. But
everybody knows what song and the dance. What's the song and the dance?
What they did to the team and everything, but they got to understand it. It's not Mr. Henry's fault. He needs to rebuild.
Oh, let me ask you, did Wayne Huizinga, did he trade away Matt Manti and Levon and all these guys?
No.
Okay, I just want to double check.
No, but it's frustrating. So
what does that mean? It's frustrating. You're just talking double talk.
Having all these young kids and they're losing and everything, but they won 4 in a row.
Yeah. Now there you go. That's going to turn everybody in town around. And you know something? No. There's still nobody going out there, sir, and there's nobody. And if they won every game from now till the end of the season, there still would be nobody that would care except you. Don't you understand that? If you want to pay for it, you pay for it. The overwhelming majority of us don't want to pay for it because we're not going there.
I just want everyone to know I'd rather have tax money go to the stadium than to schools.
You know something coming from you? It sounds like it. That makes all the sense in the world coming from you.
I think the stadium is a very important.
Yeah, okay, thank you. They're right there. Let's hear it. Let's go.
That must be crazy.
Yeah.
That must be nuts.
Let's hear it. There's the guy. That's John Henry's boyfriend, I think, calling in there. Sitting ovation for this guy. He's afraid that somebody might get an education. Believe me, they don't have to go to school to be brighter sounding than you are, sir. You're a dullard. God. The word stupid would be a compliment for this guy. It would be an understatement. Idiotic, pathetic,
Stupid, idiotic.
Exactly.
This is Larry King, and they don't come any better than Neil Rogers.
Oh! Stick a dollar in the gutter of a tattooed hole. He said, honey, got money for you.
Loan me $50.
But when you take me back, it's to drive it through. Well, a hand job. Hand job.
Squirt.
Hand job.
Oh!
That's hand job. Take your clothes off, gee, it's this. I'm gonna hold you down like a tuna fish. Picking up a big roll of this fat. You know me by the smell, can you tell where it's at?
How young is too young?
Hand job. Hand job. Hand job. That's hand job. Girls used to handle with big fat guys. She know how to make the ball men cry. Fat man shakes with the shout in the house. Would leave the skid mark on the towel. Hand job. Hand job. Hand job. Fat man gets hand job.
Beach Boys on VH1. Brian Wilson, crazier than a bedbug. Won't get out of bed. He's hung in it real tight in the teddy bear, too. Come on, Brian, put it down in the bear. Please. Come on, Brian, it's 4 in the afternoon. Get out of bed, sweetheart. Quit staying in my room. Go stay in your room. Look at that. Was that sad or what? Oh, enough to make you puke. Well, hey, listen, those of you who want to live in the past, you know, that's the big thing now with this millennium business. We keep revisiting. Now it's Watergate this week, and before it was the 60s, and it was Woodstock, and Woodstock 99, and how many women are getting raped. It's great. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Hialeah. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
How are you?
Great.
I must be nuts.
What is it?
Read my lips. No new stadiums.
Yeah.
Don't get anybody back that plan. Hey, Neil, I don't know if anyone's ever called to let you know this, but on a late night, David Letterman, they put on Larry King. Looks like an owl. Anyone ever call you up to let you know that?
Yeah, okay, thanks. Know that. See, he's starting to talk like Larry now. Now, this and that and them and these and those. You know what I'm talking about, Larry?
I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, I know. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Got 27 minutes to kill here. It's going to be a battle right up till 2 o'clock. We can always put the Beach Boys back on there. Endless summer, endless harmonies, endless neurosis. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, listen, about this stadium thing, I think they should go play at that stadium that we paid for down in Homestead that's empty.
Uh-huh.
And if that ain't good enough for them, I think they should go play at the Miami Stadium.
You know, John Henry's got that big 5-foot yacht up there in Juneau, Alaska. I think Juneau would be a great place for him, you know?
Especially this time of the year.
Yeah.
And
Okay, thanks. Good night. Yes, go ahead.
And the other thing, have you seen those new bumper stickers they got out now that say WWJD?
No.
Standing for What Would Jesus Do?
No.
Yeah, they got all those out.
What would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do? And they got T-shirts, bumper stickers, hats. These people are going nuts over that. And I know with the road rage, I know what he'd do. He'd say, stick it up your ass.
Is that what he'd say? Okay, thanks. What do you think, Jesus? Thank you. I think he had a point, maybe. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. They get crazier and crazier. You think it's only Brian Wilson, huh? The religious nuts out there, the intolerant crazy people who want to force it on all the rest of us, as crazy as they want to be. Now, you know this is going to be a short call, okay? I'm predicting that right now because it says Port St. Lucie. Now, how many people do you think could be possibly calling here? Unless, yeah, see it is. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Greg and his boyfriend, you know, I guess they have a little phone sex right now back and forth. You can hear the moisture on the outside of the phone there. Must have dropped it in the goddamn fishbowl. Because it sure wasn't nothing else. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line, whatever the hell it is. Moonshine. Hey, remember Mike Moonshine, by the way? From the old WS News days? How's Ellie Gray and Mike Moonshine doing, by the way? How's my old buddy Sid Levin from KAT doing, huh? How come I never get a note from Sid Levin saying, boy, I put you on the air 23 years ago, Neil, I'm sure embarrassed by it. How come when the last book came out, we never had nothing from Bob Green and my good friend Cheryl over there at Cox Broadcasting? They got nothing else going on over there. That company keeps buying up cable companies and this company and that corporation and billions for this and billions. They couldn't squeeze a few bucks out to keep us going over there at IOD. Could they?
Boy!
No, couldn't do it. Cut us loose to Paxson, who paid me off for 7 months. Thanks a lot, Bob and Cheryl and Bob Neal and all you other grave robbers up there in Atlanta. The crackers up there. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that WSB, okay? I'll try to keep it a secret. Neil Bortz. Oh, my God. Oh, what a station that is. The flagship station of Cox Broadcasting, WSB in Atlanta. They all have that sound. You want to know why? Because they got one finger in the nostril all the way up to their brain. Hey, if you keep your finger in your ass, you sound like that. That's what they all sound like up there at WSB. And it fits in like a glove, too. Talk about a cracker town. All they do up there is blow each other's brains out. They're making us look good. Thank God we're not in Atlanta. Let's hear it. Talk about a bad sports town. Wow. The Hawks, the Falcons, the hockey team that disappeared but is going to make a short return but won't be very long. The Thrashers, right? And then, of course, we got the Braves, which up until the last 5 years when they win their division every year, and even now, you know, when they feel like showing up, they finally built them a new stadium up there, too. And the novelty's already wearing off. Phony, front-running phonies up there. They're too busy shooting each other. Too many gay traders. That's the problem. You don't want to be a gay trader in Atlanta, I'll tell you that. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
I'm calling to say I'm sick of hearing about all these stadiums being built all over the U.S., even down here in Miami.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, for example, the Miami Arena. Now it's vacant. What are they going to do with it? Why don't they just turn it
No, don't you understand they're going to move from Hialeah? They're moving to cockfights over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of Jose's backyard over there in Hialeah. We're starting to attract, a lot of bad element. Move it on the inside.
You know, like, next thing we'll be hearing, 2 years from now, they're going to want to build a new stadium for the Dolphins.
Right, that's right.
You know, what's wrong with these
And then
people?
2 years after that, the Mac Arena, that'll be antiquated, be falling apart. We need a new arena for the Panthers.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You better get with it, man. You better re-examine your priorities. Get your values straightened out, mister. It's a sports world. It's the sports nerds that rule the world, not... Just say no to the sports nerds, to the lifeless idiots that worship the jockstrap. That's their problem. Bunch of closet queens, if you ask me. And believe me, I know. I know all about it. You can smell them a mile away. You show me a guy that hangs out like at dolphin practice, and I'll show you a real faggot, okay? Make no mistake about it. A screaming, flaming queen that probably likes to dress up in lace panties late at night.
I know how to do a talk show.
Yeah, the fast food was nice, but maybe we can go see a movie now.
What for?
I thought it would just be kind of nice.
I think you should just shut up and get naked.
Well, all right.
Good evening, young cheapskates.
Who the hell are you?
Yeah, where's the regular guy?
I'm Thunderman.
What?
Out on a cheap date, are we?
Yeah? What's with the pony?
Never mind that. Looking to just score and get home, right?
Yeah.
So why pay for the good stuff?
You're right.
Condom Man.
Hey!
Don't worry, young lady. These condoms are as safe as I am steady on my stallion.
Hey, watch out for that low branch.
Out on a cheap date? Then why splurge? Try Condom brand condoms from
Condom Man.
One size fits all, but leakage may occur, not made from a real substance.
143 at 560 WQAM. Well, I got 17 minutes to go. I think we might make it today. And then, of course, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to send a messenger, a spy in tomorrow morning and find out if that bonus check is here. And then if it's here, then I'll come moseying on over a little bit late. And if not, here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Great show. I just want to tell you, you don't call it a Mustang, you call it a Me Too. When you're at a party in high school and you're talking to all your buddies and they say, hey, what kind of car do you have? You say, I have a Mustang. And they say, oh, me too.
Yeah.
Right when you're in high school. And these Mustang owners...
Junior high, I think, yeah.
And these Mustang owners, they all have an IQ of gathered up maybe about 5, and it's all in the wrong head, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Thanks, Neil.
Okay, thanks for the good news, sir. Me too. Not. 5670560. See, that's the one good thing, all you Mustang drivers out there, is that someday you'll grow up, maybe, if you're lucky, and you'll own a real car, something to look forward to. I mean, when you have good cars, it's great, although the one thing you do have to look forward to is like next year's model, the brand new one, It's got the smell and the look and the feel of a brand new car, that leather. Ah, God, you could smell it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Hank Goldberg, he'll be here at 2. He says, just say
no
to John Henry. What did John Henry say to Hank the other day?
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil. It's me. Phil Henry told me to call you up and say hello.
Okay, thanks. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil. First time, long time. How's it over there?
Great.
Real quick, I heard some buddy of mine at work talking about that whole thing with the Carnival Cruise Lines, where they released the figures that the crew members were raping customers.
Right.
What do you know about that?
What do you mean, what do I know about it? What was in the newspapers, the same as you know?
Yeah, I just heard some people talking about it. I really didn't get the story on what it was all about. They sodomized another customer. One worker had sex with another worker or something?
No, not workers. There were workers having sex with customers, molesting, raping, feeling, grabbing, squeezing.
Holy
There's
cow.
been an epidemic of this going on over the years, and they finally now, at this late date, are releasing the numbers of all this embarrassment.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, all the more reason to just say to Mickey, okay? Just slip him to Mickey. You want to have yourself a great time, don't go on a cruise. That's my own personal advice. Don't you? What? Is the air out again? Yeah, we're schwitzing over here. So my intercom doesn't work on the board. The AC has gone out. It's starting to get real smarmy in here. Thank God it's 1:45 already, or I would walk out. That's this place for you, man. That's this place. Everything falling apart. Because it's the Beasley Reed way. The cheapest, the crappiest. I remember when they were going to originally build the studios over here, which is what, about 2 years ago? Before I even started on the air. And then all of a sudden we heard the construction had stopped. There were no more erections going on in the building, at least that we knew of.
Roy!
Well, that may have been an exception. Come to find out that they hadn't paid the contractor. Contractor kind of took they kind of vamoosed, took a hiatus right on Hiatus Road because they hadn't been paid in a while. And so there was a little bit of a lull there while they took up a collection over there in Naples at the Beasley Reed headquarters, which is probably why they didn't cough up all that money for Wayne and John Henry, just on time. Let me say it again. Anybody can play big with somebody else's money or with if-come money. And by the way, speaking of assholes, the Paxson people, God, you talk about being born with a horseshoe up your rectum. Wow. Anybody see that thing in the business section now? The FCC, as you saw the other day in their infinite wisdom, is now allowing TV companies to do the same thing they did with the radio companies, and that is gobble up all the TV stations. Now, they're allowing broadcasters to own 2 TV stations in one large market. And so the Paxson people, with all that crap that they got, that tax net that they're losing their ass on, the Paxson people are doing what they always do. They're selling. They're selling. They're selling. They're selling. Buy and sell. Buy and sell. It's like the old home schlock network that he started with. Same thing. And Paxson says, oh, we could have a great opportunity if someone wanted to come in and buy the entire group and pay a heck of a premium. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. And that's what's going to happen. You mark my words. Just like he sold the whole broadcast group, his radio thing, he'll sell all the TV stations to all these schlockmeisters who are going to come in. And this is really great for the public. And the FCC continuing to allow the whole broadcast industry to be choked off and controlled by just a small handful of large, gigantic corporations. Totally against the interest of the public. And totally against the interest of the people that work in this industry. Now, the FCC is still concerned about whether we say crap on the air too much, but other than that, they don't care. So first they let that must-carry rule go by 2 or 3 years ago. They passed that and said, oh, yeah, you got to carry every signal in the market, even if it's Buddy Bud and that crappy Paxson that he's got, which at the time was something even worse. You got to stick that on your cable, must-carry. So that was a boon that he didn't expect to get, and now they come along with this crap. And after all these months and months and months that Paxson that's been taking a gigantic dump and that Paxson stock has been in the crapper along with the Wayne stock, now all of a sudden he falls into another gigantic bucket of crap. Nice going, Buddy Bud, and thanks for the 7 months of pay for doing nothing. Thank you so much. And you know something? Even then, when I wasn't working, and I used to have to drive down there to make sure, in fact, right down the road here, right down the 441, a few more blocks. And I used to have to drive down there every Monday to make sure that I got my check. But you know something? Every Monday I went there to the Paxson building, and they had my check for not working. Right on the dotted line, there it was. Not the day after it was due, not 2 or 3 days, or whatever they felt like delivering it, but there it was on the day that it was due every Monday, which is the arrangement we made. And I wasn't even on the air then. I was being paid off for 7 months to go have a great time in Europe and Vegas, all over the goddamn world. Thank you, Buddy Bud. That's for you, you phony. You goddamn phony. Or is it gosh dang? I forget what he said about those gosh dang Italians and his yacht. So even a faker like Farbisson a goy like him pays on time. But the Beasleys and Greg Reed, it's like, well, we'll get around to it. We're working on it. Nice going, Greg. I'll tell you one thing about me for working in this joint.
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
Yeah, that keeps running through my mind over and over again.